we?
We live, baby.
Let's go.
We were done with this.
I knew we were doing that.
I thought we were done with this.
We are. We just had to wake everybody up because it's Monday night right now. What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Happy Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day.
Nice little day off.
I had a half a day. I worked half a day.
Nice. I mean, I basically had a half a day.
Yeah.
I had to drive home 4 hours from a wedding, so it was basically half a day.
True.
Oh, that was over the weekend too. I didn't realize you were there. Okay.
Yeah. So it was good though. It was fun. I appreciate everybody taking some time today out from the holiday if you're over in the States, and anybody else just hanging with us on this Monday night. This is F35 Live, our weekly live stream. We're here every Monday night from 9 p.m. Eastern to at least 11 p.m. Eastern. And tonight we've got a new, not a new guest, a returning guest, should we say, over onto the show. We talked a little bit about it last week. We even did a live mint over on our, if you caught our game night last Thursday, which, by the way, guys, the game night, I think that's the way we got to do them from now on.
Later. That went great.
100%.
Yeah. Absolutely. So if you guys missed that, there's a replay of it. I don't know how fun that is to watch back, but you can kind of get an experience of what it'll be like for the next go around.
Way to sell it, Tommy. There's a replay. It's phenomenal. It's a great time. I've watched it like 2 or 3 times.
You don't want to miss it. Yeah. I think our next one is, we do it every last Thursday. Maybe we'll start working on rotating that in a better way, but at least for now, the next one's June 29th. So we'll see how that goes in between there. But we know we got a lot to get into tonight. And the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to get a chance to sit down with the Mutants team. We've got one of them, the members backstage right now. And I think Andy's going to be joining us about halfway into this first hour. And then after that, I heard people made some bank over the weekend over here, and Memecoins don't seem to be slowing down by any means over on Cardano. So we'll get a chance to jump into that. And then Mallard has been putting some big things on in front of our eyes over in the Ordinals chat. If you guys are not there, if you don't own one of the Mallard Ordinals, but we're gonna kind of bring some projects that we've been looking forward to, and that we've been exposed to over there through whitelist, through just different talk and stuff, and show you guys a little bit about what's going on, because dude, it's been popping off right now.
Blowing up for real.
So we're looking forward to that. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the show. Let's welcome in our first guest over here. He's been a member. Actually, he jumped on last year. I forget. I was looking back, the 29th F35 Live. We're on 57 now. So welcome back, St. Rich over from the Mutants team. How's it going, man?
What's going on?
Hey guys, thanks for having us again. It's been a pleasure. You know, we always enjoy coming on your show and just chatting and talking about our project and everything. And now we're, you know, like pretty elated after a successful project launch. So talking to some good people that are bringing some good eyes onto Cardano.
100%. You guys, I mean, so we'll dial it back here. There's a lot to unpack, because you guys have, I mean, not always, I mean, it's like, I guess there's been some success stories of it, but for you guys, I think this is one of the big ones. Derp did it with the art rework, right? The redrawing of everything. And you guys took it even one step further by combining all three of the collections that you guys had sold out, because you guys were pretty early in the life cycle of CNFTs in that first year in 2021. And we're able to combine all three with some feedback from the community. I mean, the artwork for me personally has definitely grown, I would say, on me, and it does look like a great PFP over here. So congrats to you guys on the Mutants launch and that PFP that you're rocking right now. Man, I'll tell you what, those the round red shades,
sunglasses,
they get me, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's all gonna be customizable, bro. It's all gonna be customizable. So, you know, as we talk through, I'll tell you like what's happening and how we're going about it. But no NFT left behind, basically. No NFT left behind.
Well, one thing that let's give you a quick introduction to real quick, St. Rich. Who are you for the Mutants team, and what do you do?
I just show up to these things. No, basically my long and short of it is that I was a business manager for mental health services. I have a master's in business development and innovation, working in creative ideas and developing products and projects. For the Mutants team, I looked at the project a while ago in 2021, and I'm like, all right, now's the time. And, you know, we held through the doldrums of like 15, 17 ADA and all that to the point where we are now. I bought in. I started off as a whale, and then started with ideas and going to spaces and talking about the project, engaging with the wider community, and then now I'm a business development and community manager, which happened sometime last year. But I was basically in the role by not being in the role.
There you go.
Then formal, yeah. So handle the community, work with the team, reach out. Prime focus is, basically what ideas, where we can go, what we can do, and the team is great in itself. And then manage the community, work with the see what the trends are, what everybody's talking about, go to other spaces, work out comms, partnerships, etc., as well.
Nice.
Andy mainly handles most of the partnerships. I just chime in when I need to and have discussions and spaces and stuff.
Yeah, so basically the face and the voice of the community out there. Easy business development. And no, that's great to hear your background and stuff like that. And like I said, we've got a chance to talk to you quite a few different times, and I've definitely heard you in spaces as well. So good to hear from you tonight, and appreciate everybody over in chat too. I know we didn't get a chance to shout out chat early on, but we do have our resident. I guess he's a whale, right? You call him a whale, at least I do over there. Rez, over from. He's the one that kept screaming at us, mutants. You need to look at mutants way before even I think the mice had dropped. So I know he's been there. I think he said, what do you have, 59 of them? Maybe he's coming up on 60 now. I don't know. We haven't talked to him since last week. But good to have him over here inside the chat. And then, basically he could be like a spokesperson for them at this point too. So shout out to Rez over there inside the chat. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Block Street. You've got Deco, J-Hub, Jason Jones. You got some new people over here. Donnie Diamonds, Cuban Mutant, Garfield Lasagna, as always, and then Q a little early. So shout out to you guys. And also shout out to, we got another one from the community. If he's ready to go, you want to give us a little thumbs up, we'll bring in Mike D from the team too. Look at this. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Another what, Tommy?
Another mutant team member over here.
Don't you have the sound effect? Come on, man.
Oh, I don't. Sorry, I'm not going to do that to everybody's ears right now. But
you are.
Another one.
There it is. Welcome in, Mike. Can you hear us?
Yeah, no, everything's good, man. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Great. How's it going, guys? Everything's
Good.
good. A little late, but
yeah, no worries. We're happy to have you on. We were just getting a chance to chat, hear the background a little bit with St. Rich, and then Mike, real quick, for everybody over in chat, what is your relationship to the mutant team?
Yeah, guys, I've been I was just a loyal kind of collector in the group from the beginning, from back, well, I wouldn't say the beginning, but back in the Toad Mint. Been really close with the team, been just doing everything I can with kind of Twitter, being present with the mutants and just kind of spreading the good word of the mutants. And from there, the team reached out and allowed me the opportunity to be on the team. And from there, that's what I've been doing, kind of the interactions with everyone, doing little live performances like this is great. Talking about mutants is great. That's pretty much what I've been doing with it. It's been great. I missed with what Rich said, so I don't want to double up on anything. But
no, you guys are good. Basically, you guys are just the voices for the community right now. You've been loyal holders since the beginning, so it's good to see you guys like representing for the project and being here tonight. And like I said, we'll get a chance to hear from Andy a little bit later when he gets in. But to this, for interest of time, because I don't know how 12 minutes have already gone by, we're going to start jumping into some stuff. You do have an updated white paper. I know we were talking backstage with Rich, just to dive into this, because the mint has happened now. I don't know if it'll be better. Would it be better to do side profile for here?
There we go. Yes.
Yeah.
That looks good. Perfect. So you guys do have the new updated light paper right now, and mutants obviously are the main focal point. You guys have minted these, and you guys are in. It's unique, right? It's in the sense that you guys. How many total assets were between the three collections that you guys had?
About 16,000.
16,000. Geez. So, and you guys had sold all those out, and now you guys are pretty much kind of honing in on like one art direction, like a base for the project right now. And you guys, there's going to be 8,000 of these, right? If everybody goes through and burns. So was this, and the goal obviously is to get everybody to go ahead and burn. What's the incentives for people right now? And I know it's 2 mutants and 500 ADA in order to get from any collection, right? You can burn from any 3 to get this, and then from there, depending on the rarities, right? If you mix and match, you get up rare traits and things like that. What is the goal, and what's the incentive for people right now to go ahead and mint and burn to get this new mutant?
Yeah, Sorry, I didn't know if first was going to go. Just to clarify, it's actually two mutants, any of the OG ones, with 500 mutant tokens actually. So there'd be no ADA involved. Well, there's a few little ADA involved for the actual transaction of the burn, but the incentive is that we believe that moving the 16K supply to an 8K supply first gives more of a bird. Sorry. Some people are just coming in for a second, but gives the project more of a, how can I say, deflationary asset. That's what I was looking for by moving down to 8K supply. It also allows everyone to have the, as you were saying, the face of the project. They're not kind of confused, being like, well, what do I buy? Kind of a croc, a toad, a mice. What do we do? They had different mining rates for the mutant token, so that was always a question. This one, we also give it minimum 8 a day mutants for the NFT. It does move up 10 for a more rare, 14 for one of one. So you're getting more mutant tokens per day. And then we're also going to look into when we have a trait shop coming forward, and anything new coming with the mutants will be focused around season 4. So using that NFT will give you any access to what's going to be coming in the future also.
Awesome. Yeah. Did I say ADA on there too? Or I meant 500 mutant over there. That's what happens when I talk fast. Yeah, that's a big difference. Between the two over there. But yeah, so that's good. So you guys are, I love the direction. I mean, as far as the artwork personally, I think, like I said, I had like, at first we were getting like the Ute vibe a little bit, but the more you started to look at the variety of them, I think there's certain ones. Yeah, the variety of these, they look, like I said, they have their own unique characteristic, and I think they've carved out their own kind of just like vibe, and it's cool to see like all the different traits start to kind of come out. There's actually quite a bit of them, and I'm a big fan of the glowing eye kind of traits that you have, and some of the neon like pastel looking ones right now, but they all came out really well done. So shout out to you guys and the team. How long was the artwork being done? How long did it take to was that in development?
I mean, our work was in development for a while. Again, Rich, stop me if you wanted to hop in at any point. But it was good. I think we started looking at doing the artwork around October. We had a couple different views for the way we wanted to take it. I would say there was 3 renditions before we found what we were doing here. And we really liked it, and that's what we pushed. So yeah, it's been a couple months now, and I wish it was a little easier on Twitter sometimes, but we actually have something on Twitter that shows you how we upgraded the artwork and how it kind of came and how we designed it. Really, we wanted to incorporate all 3 traits of like the past NFT into this new one. So that's where you get the kind of the croc figure with the croc eyes. You have the toad gills and the toad eyes too, and then you have the fur, which kind of comes from the mice. If you actually look at the fur, it's kind of scaly, and that comes from like the croc scales too. Yeah. But anyways, that's how we kind of incorporated it all into the new NFT and how it looks. And then there's also, if you look at a lot of the traits, there's a lot of OG traits in there, like the red sunglasses, or a couple of there's, when you go down, I can't pick them off my head right now, but some of them just the OG traits you want to add in, and then obviously new traits. But like, getting ahead of myself, one of the great things is when what's going to come out is that personalized trait shop for these NFTs, and you'll be able to mix and match these traits. And we're looking at having more traits to add to the collection, and you'll be able to add those new traits or mix and match the traits that we have.
Hang on, Mike. Hang on. I've got a phase of the next stuff coming up on a list of to talk about.
Well,
yeah. Don't worry. We got this. Yeah.
keep going. Keep going.
It's funny that we're talking, and I'm like, hang on. Since I've been on, I haven't heard Rich yet, and then here he is. Oh my bad.
No, I've been quiet. I've been letting you speak.
No.
Because just a heads up, by the way, just so you know, it was I was the one who gave the nudge for you to be on the team, because I really liked the passion and everything you brought into the project. But yeah, man.
No, I appreciate, Rich. I know that, man. You've been such a good leader to us all, and me too, helping me along this whole process. It's been great. Big shout out to you, buddy.
You bring a lot of value to our project, man. And I mean, like, I think what Mike, like, to sum up what we wanted to say was that this is the face of our project. This is the brand, like, this is what we are about, and that's why we went through a culmination, a burn that basically came to an amalgamation of all the traits and all the ideas that had come together. And each of the different collections, including our most recent season, was done by the same artist. So it's an evolution of everybody's work. If you see from the start, like our technical launches, our product launches like Epoch Art, our staking, raffle services, all of that. That's the same journey we went with the art process. That's the same journey we went with the, the drawing of the art. You will see the evolution of the art based on the first collection, the second collection, the third collection, now basically our prime collection,
Right.
And like we had several different ideas and several different discussions around it to hone it down to this one base. So our rarity for this collection is determined by the skin, because it would have been very difficult to do a trait shop, as Mike was saying, without consistent rarity. So a fire skin is rare, a lava skin is ultra rare, and then there's the very few one-of-ones. Resin asked me. Resin's been a very big part of our community as well. He's one of our OGs. Cuban, J-Hub always gets in touch as well, and we're in touch with Atlantic, Josh from Late Game Crypto. We have we try and foster these relationships because they believe in us as much as we believe in them. Our goal is to work and develop the best things we can. So shout out to them as well, because they've been a big source of positive energy and drive as well for us. Just as much as you guys as well, because we stay in touch with you guys as well.
So the community as a whole, it's one of the ones that we see quite often, especially as this has gone through, is seeing just the volume of tweets from everyone involved.
Yeah, you've got a big fan base, I can say that for sure. And I mean, the big thing obviously to put you guys onto the map outside of the first few collections was the whole the rarity, the labs that you guys have, where the raffle system really kind of set a new precedent over in the Cardano NFT world, and it got people to use your platform. It was a utility for the project that brought in a lot of different revenue, and you guys have kind of evolved beyond that. And I don't know if you guys want to get into any of the lab stuff, or if you wanted to push through some more of this stuff inside the white paper, but I know the labs, you guys are you also are doing another thing with Fortress Labs too, which is part of the minting tech. So where would you guys like to kind of push it? Because I know the labs has kind of got a little bit of an overhaul as well.
So I just want to, from my perspective, I just want to set the frame. For us, it's more about sustainable development and sustainable business models and revenue generation. Like, if we look at other projects, several projects, and even renowned projects, either they're struggling or they're not doing as well in terms of how their platforms and their project is sustainable. What we're trying to focus on is bring utility to our token as we move into, the white paper as you're on the utility page. Right now, one of the things is, the token's being used in the burn. We're going to be using it in the trade shop as our base token. That's going to have its relevant partnerships. We're using the token on Raffles. However, ADA has become the prominent currency. ADA has become the prominent token that's being used in Raffles. Now, all of these things, basically what I'm seeing is sustainability. We've seen, it's like Google, Amazon, all of these guys, at one time, they weren't the big kids on the block. There were several companies that when the internet bubble popped, they popped. And we want to, work through. We have enough in our war chest to make the project itself from our mints, our base mints, last another 2-3 years. And then as the platforms are generating whatever revenue they generate, they get reinvested in the platform. So for Raffles, for the maintenance of servers, all of these things, that's where they go into. And as we deliver more utility, as we deliver, pay our artists for the updated art, this is how everything's happening in the background. But the token being the main form of utility. So we can start going through the pages of the light paper with the hopes that Andy can join. And then if Andy's a little bit later, I've got a list of things to drop, including... I
heard you mention the trade shop. Is that going to be a permanent change, or can you swap back and forth between the original and then what you turn it into?
As long as you're able to use Mutant token, you could buy whatever traits you want and put it on your Mutant. Wow. The main determining factor is the skin that you have. That's the main the thing that determines the rarity, because we know that rarity will be affected by different people buying different tokens. That's why we've only made it one thing that determines the token, the rarity. That's the skin.
Okay. No, I like that. And so you're giving back to the whole point of that, right? Is to go back. You're staking. You own your mutant, which I know the new mutants obviously they earn a little bit more, right? It's what is it, 8 and you can boost it up to 10, potentially 15 with the 1-on-1s a day. And the main part of that is being able to go ahead and spend that either, like you said, inside the trade shop, inside of Raffles, and other things that you guys have done. And you guys didn't provide liquidity for the mutant token, right? That was all just community driven.
It's all community driven, yeah. It's all been someone else. We have no idea who set up the liquidity pool. It's funny because we were talking as a team. We're like, "Oh man, someone set up a liquidity pool. Okay, that's good,
right?"
Like, but then like, okay, we have nothing to do with it, so we're good.
But yeah, that's good though. You guys are all verified, right, over on MinSwap and other things as well. So if somebody was like, "Hey, I just picked up 2 mutants. I don't have the mutant token," they could go that's the other way without having to stake it, right, or earn it through like a raffle. Would be to do it through here, right?
That's exactly for sure.
It.
Cool. Yeah, and I mean, obviously, you can see it's pretty cheap to go ahead and actually just get the 500 mutant needed to go ahead and make the swap. So it's nothing too crazy, which is good, right? You need a low barrier to entry, so that's a good thing for you guys. And the staking part of this is interesting because it all ties into the labs. And if you guys do you guys want to jump into some of the lab stuff, because I do got questions on things like this.
Sure.
So I guess the next part of this whole thing, right, was once you have this mutant, you're staking it, you're interacting right now with the labs interface that you guys have. And like you said, a lot of people are, a lot of this stuff is now over in the ADA side. I know originally it wasn't like that. Was that a big change for you guys to be able to do it in ADA? Was there a big conversation? Because you mentioned that now, obviously, with it being the dominating factor. How has that been since then? And have you guys? How is the user and the volume been up quite a bit in the traffic as far as the traffic to the website because of that?
It's a very hard. We have trends and data to actually, in a general sense, answer that question.
Yeah.
What I'd say is that ADA, ADA is an easier token to use and manage and all that. So Raffles being created in ADA is actually it's a good thing, and because everybody can access it. Foot traffic from a service point of view is actually really good. We've sustained the numbers that we had basically at the start in terms of the number of raffles going on. So we have a healthy number of raffles going on. I would say that's where we want to add more utility for our token.
Right.
Not as a primary thing in the raffles, but as a thing where we use Trade Shop and all these other things for our token to function as the prime way to, access our ecosystem, right?
Right.
So ADA Suite, we have the same thing on Epoch Art, which is our marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
But if we want, we want the token to have a lot more utility currently. Like you could do the Mutant team always runs raffles in Mutant. We always put up a raffle. Honestly, man, we purchase anything based off the profits we get from this platform. And then we put those raffles up. So we're going to be putting more raffles up soon. Basically, that's why you don't see any at the moment. In terms of ADA itself, and we've got raffles going on in Memecoins.
Do you guys have any plans in the future to be able to swap to mutants straight from the website from any currency or any token right from the site, so people use the mutant more?
Good point. Yeah.
Developing raffles in itself was like developing a mini Dex. It has the complexities. I'll tell you about our future plans in terms of, since you guys have already touched on raffles, what we will be doing for raffles is that we have a lot of ideas around how we could go about incorporating our trade shop and raffles together as well. But one of the things we're thinking of doing is, doing like loot boxes with traits.
Okay.
Trade box sets, trade raffles, and the use of the mutant token for most of it. We're upgrading raffles, so here's a big one for you guys. We're adding Polygon.
Okay.
Nice.
Wow.
Polygon raffles, and then as we go forward, the direction is basically that's the vision. You know, we add more chains.
Right.
We have a marketing plan for that as well, and we have half the thing is developing the philosophy as to how we use this tech, right? So once we do Polygon, we'll be like, okay, these are the things to consider, and then we could go into other chains because we have that baseline understanding when we do Cardano, right? So basically, we're looking at incorporating other chains, and the loot boxes. How we will be doing that is like expanding that to certain other. Man, I don't know how much to give.
We'll keep it a secret. We promise.
Just whisper it; they won't hear.
Basically, because this is one of our most successful products, and we have quite a bit of foot traffic, it's going to be healthy for the ecosystem as well, because we're going to be getting Polygon users and vice versa. And then as we hit other chains, that's what we're going to be going and doing.
Okay.
So it's all like a perpetual circle of things, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it really, I think the thing that I want to put out there is that if you own a mutant and it has been staked, you do get a decrease in the cost from like it goes from a 5% cost to a 2% cost, I believe.
Okay.
If you have a mutant stake. So that's a utility for the mutant. It may not be a utility for the token. Yes, the token can be used on the raffles, but that's a utility for and if you're doing 1,000 ADA raffle, that comes down to about 5% of 1,000 ADA is what 10% is 100, so half of that 50 ADA, and then it comes down to about 20 ADA.
Okay.
Instead of 50 ADA. So those are that's a component of our ecosystem. I mean, you see a lot of 1,000 ADA raffles, Look at, how much is on that Mallard?
This one right here, you got this one out of here. You got or this one, 90. You got 94 out of 100 right now out of 7 ADA price.
So that's about 700 ADA, right? That's up for basically. And 94 out of 100 is actually a really good
a good odd.
Good.
I'm supposed to buy a ticket.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I think that's the unique
promote
thing.
Your raffle, by the way, you could spend 10 mutant tokens and you're able to promote the raffles as well under featured raffles. So
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
I didn't know that either. There you go, free promotion right now going on. I mean, that's the fun part about this, right? Is that potentially you can get some really good deals depending on what it is that you're looking for, and you can kind of target it too. So if somebody puts something in like here in Ape Nation right now, and you really wanted this living land, if you would stake in Ape Nations for a while, you may have a good chance to get it. It's like a fun, unique way to go about doing things, and it brings people back to this site constantly because they can always go ahead and check. And hey, maybe for 12 ADA I did a Hail Mary and I ended up winning a space, but like. Where else can you do that right now?
And it was fun because it gave utility right away to the token as you develop this next part of your project, where we're getting now into like traits and things like that, where the token's going to have even further utility, but it gave you that in between. And people we've talked about it multiple times now. Tom, I think you've entered quite a few of these.
Well, Rez over here is the one you got to talk to. He wins stuff all the time, and it's just like, what am I doing? I need to get over there.
I'm like 0 for 30.
All right.
Yeah, well, that's just our luck. I'm
0 for 30.
If you didn't enter, then Rez couldn't win.
Yeah. Well, I got one other. I got another question too for the raffles. Will you guys? So you said cross chain, right? So Polygon. That's a big move right there alone. The other part of this too, would you guys ever consider, especially if the meme coins continue to take off, or potentially just even whitelist and other things like that? Would you guys be like ever look into maybe doing like a whitelist raffle off for certain things that you're allocated a certain number of spots, or do you already do that?
We actually, that was one of our first whitelists, was for Utes when it came out, and a couple of the members, we gave out 5 Utes, and it's something even cross-chain is possible, where we've done like Plague NFTs, and I think we've done a Ute NFT, and that's stuff we want to bring on. So, well, I guess that goes along with the cross-chain, with it being a Polygon, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But so that was sorry.
Yeah, no, go, Mike. No,
I was just going to say, so whitelists were one of the first things we did start with, and I think I think those were really successful. I think it's a fun way to get it, especially for those hot whitelists when they're available. Like, some people, if you got one of those Bank OGs slots, or some of these things that have been going on for those meme coins, that'd be really nice. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, it's a great way to go ahead and promote kind of both sides of it too, especially if they're, I don't know, maybe that can tie into the other portion of this too, with like the Fortress Labs, like if they were a minting partner with you guys or something to be able to promote this way too. Like there's so many different ways you guys could go with a lot of stuff that you're doing.
Yeah, and speaking on that, like, so this goes like, this is going to backtrack a little bit, but you're asking like, what's the common use, like ADA or tokens? And I think the way that would be answered is like the projects that are using the services, using the raffle programs, using the staking, is actually using most of their raffles in tokens. Like we have the Ancient Dragon Alliance, a bunch of them. They have some great raffles for their tokens, their Horde tokens and stuff like that. So that's where you're getting a lot of tokens when you're part of a project. They'll send you to Mutants and you can use your tokens there. But when you come to the public, everyone doing like maybe one raffle from their nominee, those are the people that are using the ADA. And that's when it's easier for them because, well, some people, when something's hot, like if Society was hot, when Mutant was hot, of course, people are trying to accumulate. But 100%. I can see, that one person wanting to use that ADA, obviously, to get it. And the ADA raffle has been working really well for some people. I saw you looking before the leaderboard. And you had the leaders there. And then also we have like Rafflers raffles. So if you spend a certain amount of ADA on putting in raffles or a set amount of ADA by hosting a raffle, you then get entered into Rafflers raffles. So you get a secondary ticket pretty much for spending, there they are right there. And you can have a chance
raffles.
Rafflers raffles, man.
Love it.
Place for Degens. But so you always have a chance to win something. I think that was a little fun thing going on there.
Q had a good question. Is there live auctions on the platform?
That is not on the platform yet, but it's always something that we have and could look into doing. But that, Rich, what do you think about that one?
I know we spoke about it in the past. At the moment, auctions aren't our prime focus, but it is on our list of to do. Right now, we're working on delivering on the trade shop as the first thing, and along with that, going on to doing cross chain as well. As we go through, we'll be adding set features. I know it's in our light paper as well. I believe it's in our light paper too, as one of our bullet points to achieve, to complete.
Right.
One of the other things that I just wanted to say was that we've reached, for our new collection, we've already crossed the halfway mark for the burn. So we've burned roughly about 8,000 already. Yeah, it's only been a week, roughly about a week since we launched this as well.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've 2.3 more than 2.3 million tokens have been burned. Now, I think about 3 million tokens would be burned, roughly. We still have one-of-ones left. So what we did was that we organized it in a way where if you had a one-of-one, you're guaranteed a one-of-one. But if you don't, if you have like a normal NFT, you still have a chance of getting one of the 20 one-of-ones that we have listed, so that anybody is able to get a really, really great NFT, one that we have customized to what we think is fantastic. We know that the art for this collection is great. And you see like that mutant on the left with the hat and the jacket. Imagine being able to change that and putting like goggles or something else on there, or the crown, putting a crown on that, and putting like an armor suit on that as well. And then we have several traits in the background that we've already developed like 2 or 3 traits that we haven't released in this collection that are going to be on those, and some of them are even on the one-of-ones that we will be adding to the rest as a thing. Like you notice that wings aren't there, but wings will be one of the upcoming traits. So there's plenty. Like you see the red eyes, we can do rainbow eyes. The best thing about this new mint is that on the CIP68 is that it allows us to customize NFTs. Not just that, you'll be able to give it any name you want. So you'll be able to change the name of your NFT, and it's an open mint. So it's going to be a lifelong burn. We're not expecting everything to be burned because there are a lot of NFTs in lost wallets. Unfortunately, people have sent their NFTs to exchange wallets as well in the past by mistake, because we minted when people didn't know much about Cardano NFTs. So if you control paste the wrong address, you've control pasted the wrong address.
Let's sent to Coinbase wallet over there.
One
Yeah,
day.
we've had some people send it to Binance. Some people send it to Coinbase, and it's not just us. Like every other project that's been around since then, same things happen, and you're just sitting there. One of our rarest crocs is in a lost wallet where the guy lost the stake keys, and it's really unfortunate because that's one that I wanted. It had a Naru right on top with a Cardano skin.
Oh
It's
man.
a beautiful croc, you know.
Yeah.
Top
Well,
5.
So I mean, I love the fact that you're able to do this, and we're seeing so many projects start to. We haven't really even seen the benefits of the SIP68 really fully fleshed out yet. It's still in its infancy stage. So being able to rename, to add and subtract traits, things like that. The benefits of doing that outside of just the aesthetic stuff is it going to be like multipliers and little additional things, like it can get you more mutant and things. Do you upgrade your traits? How does that any of that work?
Yeah. So now here's one of the meats that you asked me about a bit earlier, and I was like, all right, hang on, we'll push this a bit later. Fortress Labs. So this burn was all done under Fortress Labs with our partnership with Derps. We've had a successful product launch and a successful test. We did everything in the on the test net, and then now we are live. And Derps, great team, fantastic team, very knowledgeable on the tooling. Two of the best, I think, Cardano devs is Geraldo from our team and Dave from Derps. These guys are just on it. They're talking, and that's why we both agreed to partner with each other, because the collections are fantastic. What we're doing. So CIP68 means that we're allowed to do use tokens during the burn, and use those kinds of things that basically help us manage the current utility, right? So we are able to do token migration, we do multiple policies, different traits per rank. Everything that we've managed to accomplish on our NFT, we'll be able to provide it as a service to others as well.
That's awesome.
Then, it also takes care of ranks. We use rankings for the mint, and I can't express this enough. It's Derps and Mutants working together. It's two very big teams that have created things, working in sync to create something more. We'll have more things being launched, but the first thing is this is the launching platform that we're working in partnership with Derps. We'll release more information on how to use it and how to get engaged with us about that. But that's where we are at the moment with Fortress Labs.
I think it's good. It's great though too. At the same time, where you guys aren't competing, you guys are both good at two different things, right? The different services, and instead of competing to build the same things to make it an all-in-one, you guys joined up and formed a great partnership. I think that's well received between both communities and just overall. So the fact that you guys are kind of combining that and now being able to really expand both your services to really make the experience just that much better. I love that you guys have been able to do that, and I think it would be nice to see because we're talking about that even recently with how the bank thing got big and how they were wanting to make a game. We're like, well, Cardopoly's out there. It's taking different teams that are good with certain things. You may see a lot of that people start to do this, but for us, I think you guys are two big players inside the space. You've been here since the similar time frame too, so it's great to see you guys working together. And I know the tech as far as the mint stuff was always very well done from the Dirt team, and like you said, with what you guys have built over on the lab side, between the staking, the raffling, and it's a good combination.
Pretty much like a perfect pairing, for sure.
Yeah, we we've me as a holder, I have a lot of respect for both the devs, just because these guys are they're at the front of it all. You know what I mean? They're on the pulse. So GL Neto did the pool for SNEK.
Yeah.
So he was in contact with Goofy, and they did some stuff there. So it's like where to and where do we go and what do we do? So just the burn for us has been a very successful thing. The art has been received very healthily. People are liking the project. Our team is doing well. Our team is growing. We have someone that makes suggestions on white lists, and and I think that's Vendetta. Mike, can you tell us what Vendatta's role is specifically?
Yeah, looking for whitelists, looking for projects upcoming alpha, stuff like that. Then we have me and you pretty much do the community work, and then we have the devs working hard behind the scenes, making everything they're doing and answering all the tickets. There's a lot more, I guess, to that raffle platform and even the staking platform than a lot of people would expect. There's like nodes to keep alert of, just make sure everything's running smooth. It's a lot of work by all of them. We greatly appreciate how that's just constantly kept running 24/7.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like I said, there's a lot of coordination that has to be done, especially when you're partnering up with somebody too. So the thing is, as your team grows and scales, and the same thing on the other side, it's important to be able to do that communication. If you guys are working well right now, it's so far it's been incredible actually. That experience too, just with Forcer Slabs and being able to actually burn the mutants right now into the new one was a really fun experience. I know last week on the stream we actually got a chance just to live do this too. And I have to say, for you guys, I don't know about from your guys' perspective, but like it was such an easy, smooth experience. So easy. We're just able to log right in, grab both of ours, and burn it, and like it was incredibly fast. And how was your guys' experience with this? And was this everything that you guys had hoped it would be, or how was your response to it?
I thought it was really good. The way it's gone, it went down, and the way it kind of came out on the burn, where your wallet opens up as we're looking and all your mutants pop out. It shows you the rank and everything. Some of us were burning ranks for different skins. You had to watch out what you were burning and what you were burning with to get a new NFT, so that really helped out. And yeah, the process was so smooth, so quick. And when you look at what actually happened when it was 3 different policy IDs burned down into one new one, all the new traits and rarities burned into this new NFT, and then you kind of compare it to some other NFTs. We're just minting an NFT off Minter, it's just one thing, and whether it's being hit by bots, whether there's problems like this was a really successful mint for burning. Sorry, repeating myself again, but for burning those 3 policy IDs and just spitting out a new NFT so quick.
Well, I mean, we're literally talking in the background right now, and this is all going down within like less than 2 minutes of processing the transaction and actually getting the result. And we were actually looking at it too. Once the actual thing popped up and it revealed the mutant, we checked our wallet and we're like, it was there. It was already there. Like instantly. Really cool. The power of that was really incredible, to be honest. And I'm looking forward to it because I know we had just gotten a chance. I was looking at it because the Mongrels team had done a SIP 68 mint with Saturn, and it was surprisingly, like, it hits like right away. It shows you it and it gets right into your wallet. So it was kind of the same thing even for you guys. And in my opinion, it actually jumped a little bit faster from at least what I saw. But it was a really cool experience.
It's just, I mean, even just from a content creator point of view, like sometimes there's things that just take that extra time that you're not prepared for. So when we're able to just do that live and show it, and then, like, hey, look how easy that was. It helps that much more. Whereas like it's complicated or convoluted.
Sorry, Tom. I'm glad you guys, sorry to interrupt you. I'm glad you guys had a positive experience with this. I'm glad that from a content creator perspective and as a holder, you're actually seeing the benefits being used in, in real time.
Yeah. I was hoping for the chef hat, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, right.
Hey, you know what? It could be a purchasable trade.
That's true. Yeah,
there you go.
Like I'm saying, like there's so many things that we have sitting there, and then we're just like, okay, what do? We might just have voting on traits. We might just have all these other things, and that I'll write that down. I'll write that down.
This trade shop really opens up the doors for like a nuance of NFTs and what you can do with it. Sometimes you get, some people were spending quite a bit of money on the burn, and maybe they're not getting exactly what they want for burning 2 NFTs, but that was like the whole thing. It's like, you're going to get to be able to change it, make exactly what you want. And I think like when you actually start experimenting with bringing in new traits or just trading traits. Like maybe there's a hot topic and you get to buy the trade. Maybe there's a suggestion pool, and the top suggestions, we get to create a trait that we all agree on as a community or something like that. That's going to be a crazy step for NFTs, and something I think really everyone would want to do. I would not see why they want to. So not only does that put us in the forefront of that as Mutant NFTs, but we also have the project, like the minting platform to do it. And like, that's what we are. We're not only a project, but we're a service too. And like, not a lot of people can say that. When you're, I don't want to say when you're buying NFTs. I don't want to say the word investing, but you guys know what I mean.
Yeah, we talked about it before too, like a create your own NFT product. That'd be really cool if someone came up with that. This was months ago, not months ago, but even a year ago or so, like when NFTs were kind of really big and more popular in the Cardano space of the bull run, essentially. But now that you guys have the shop coming out, you actually can make the actual NFT that you want, which is, it's a really nice feature, because all the time I'm like, man, I wish I had this on my guy, because I like that, but it doesn't have this. So I'm always constantly saying that about the ones I get.
Well, I think,
so imagine one day one of the projects you like is like, all right, we'll do a burn and we'll make it customizable, you know?
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Boom, we've already got all of that. Like, it's just it's an evolution. I know, like, I've received comments in the past where we're like, oh, you guys started the staking meta on Cardano, you guys started the Raffle meta, and we're just going through that. Like, we're always like trying to figure out a way of what we could do that not just you know, as new is what we think is innovative in the space, but also gives back to our holders. You know, and each of these iterations, like, we burn using the tokens, but if you staked your mutant, you would have more than enough tokens to burn.
Right. The way I kind of look at some of this stuff going too is like, as you guys evolve over, you know, you're here for a few years, right? The mints have gone, they come and pass, but there's some like genuine, like dedicated people who are inside your community that are a part of it. Like, right. Like they may not have minted the one that they wanted, or they couldn't afford the one that had the trait that they got, but hey, I want to build a profile for this brand that I'm a part of right now. And they're able to customize and make exactly what they want to represent like their online identity. And they can do it in a fun new way by staking and then eventually changing out their stuff. I think that's like a new evolution as like projects grow on, is that you don't need to mint the rare one just to flip it to make money. You guys are there to hold, and you guys want to be able to like showcase that and still have your flex with everybody, but at the same time not get rid of that thing that you worked so hard to build up. It's almost like a leveling aspect, right? And like a character development that you'd have in like a video game.
Yeah, you don't want to give that up for sure.
Totally.
Progress.
Yeah, for sure, man. And this all of this stuff feeds into the game that we're developing as well, the Quest game. Keep in mind that in the end, we're also developing that as a side thing. It's a long-term thing for us, but we're getting everything in line. We got to keep on top of what we see as the next thing and what adds value to our products, our NFTs, and then, you know, we have the game coming, and all of these things are just going to add more usage to our tokens, you know. And then also, like, just off the cuff conversations and random ideas that we have, like just before that I was having with you guys. Sorry, Mike, you weren't there for that one. I'll fill you in later. You and Andy in later, but it was like and we're, you know, obviously not sharing at the moment, but like those things happen a lot. Like I got some, you know, just before this, Andy gave me a call, and he basically, Mike, you weren't there for that one either.
I know. I'm out today. Like the one day, it's Monday. It's so busy. I'm out. The friggin' Miami versus Boston game's on tonight. I'm flustered today. I'm flustered, but I missed so much good stuff. Good thing I burned all my views.
But I'll fill you in, man. I'll fill you in. But like, you know, off the cuff conversations that evolved into something else. We're like, oh, okay, yep. This conversation about Raffles and what we're planning on doing with it and all of this happened more than a year ago. You know that? It happened like a year and a half ago, where we're talking about certain things, and then we were like, how about we do this? Oh yeah, that's going to be insane. Okay, marketplace, staking, Raffles, and then we spoke about some other things then that were actually like, okay, we can actually make it happen now, you know?
Yeah.
And then add some, and some of these things aren't as difficult to do because we have the base ready and sorted.
Yeah,
you know, it's the same thing as like us having an open policy, because you can't change the traits on closed policies. So the base is ready and sorted. So it's you know, maybe we'll do a raffle of here's an idea. We'll do a raffle of being able to create your own trait.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
Like, this is the price, everybody enter. And then, you could let our artists know what trait you want, and then you can have that trait on your thing. Because it won't affect the rarity rankings, because the skin determines the rarity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know Reason wants to know, and Reason does get a lot of good meat out of it.
We're all ears, so if you want to just tell us what the conversation was about, we're here to listen to you. No problem.
It's you read between the lines. It's context right here. Everybody over here is you have the whole Mutants community over here just waiting for you guys to slip up a little bit.
They always do. That's what.
Andy just wrote to us and said you can tell us everything. So
yeah,
he just said that.
I don't know.
Did he write it to you? Let me check the Discord group. Let me check the Discord chat.
I almost.
You're gonna get them in trouble over here.
Go.
Yeah. No, I think though it's a good. It's an exciting thing too. It's like an innovative thing that you guys still have like in the chamber, that there's so many possibilities. And like you said, going to the SIP 68 portion of that allows you to be the customization. Like I said, we've only scratched the surface of it. And to be able to onboard new communities, to be able to like you said, have exclusive things of that nature. There's so much stuff that you guys can do. So looking forward to hering from you guys.
Well, that's one thing about Mutants in general, is though you guys have just been building since October of 21. You guys have just been grinding and building, and you have a working product in the space. So that's what a lot of people respect you for. You guys have been here since the beginning, and you guys are just time and time again just producing things all the time of what you guys have going on. So I think the community really respects you guys and love what you guys have going on, and they're here for you guys, honestly.
100%.
Appreciate that. We really appreciate that. I think it really matters. Like, when you were out, we're creating the NFTs. Like, it's great to make money. It's great to get the best NFT, but like to actually build a tangible product that's working. And then people want to either, like, we're at the point now where it's either like people want to break on it. They think it's so good, they want to copy it, whatever it can be. Like, that's when you're doing pretty well in the space. You get the positives and the negatives from it. But it just, and as Rich is saying, you're setting that foundation that it really opens the doors for possibilities down this road. And like, when the influx of people come, or more ideas come, or like when the hard fork happens to Cardano and it's moving a little quicker, the queue times are down on Raffles. Hey, maybe trade shops moving extra quick because there is no wait time, stuff like this. It's going to be huge. And then when you start looking even things like this, is me ahead of myself. I like daydreaming sometimes, but like, well, if you want a metaverse and you want to change your guy in the metaverse, you're going to need something like a trade shop. And well, who's going to be the person who has it on Cardano first? And it's like, that's when you're looking at these projects, it's like, will your leaders be reached out to by people in the Cardano Foundation, in other projects? And like, that's really something I see in this team, that people would go to them for that opinion. And that means something. It really does.
Well, you bring up too real quick on that is like, as bigger brands and other people enter into these metaverses and things like that, like, they may have the money, but they don't have the time that you guys and the knowledge that you guys have. So they may consult, right? Like a Nike or somebody's like, hey, we got to get on the Cardano blockchain. We want to partner with some of their stuff over here. How do we do this? And then, consulting, whatever it may be, whatever that partnership or that, whatever that looks like in the future, you guys have already laid the groundwork. You've laid the foundation for new people to come and enter and advise. You guys are growing this chain. And it's a good thing, like you said, support the builders, to keep you guys going, because there's so much positive stuff that's happening over here. And meme coins are fun, and it's great to see all the new people getting onboarded, but eventually they're going to be like, well, what else can we do here? And it's for stuff like this where they can look at it and be like, well, how can I maximize the stuff that I'm earning? Or how can I take that meme coin that I just bought and utilize it for something else? I really like this project, and I can actually win something by utilizing that meme coin on their site. Like, there's so much stuff you can do with it.
Outside of like big name businesses, like Cardano as an ecosystem itself, we all work together. Like, projects always work together. Your partnership with Derbs or just there's no projects really in competition with each other. I think that's what makes Cardano ecosystem so special in general, is that we really want to see each other succeed and go forward in this space. So that's one upper hand we have over other blockchains, in my opinion, honestly.
Yeah,
it's one of the reasons that we've kind of been holding a lot of information, especially not like, we haven't been blurting everything out, because when we launched Raffles, someone else was like, we're going to do Raffles too. And we're just sitting there like, all right.
Yeah.
We know how hard it is to build.
Yeah.
We know how hard it is. And then the project rug, basically,
Yeah.
So so the thing is that if we put bullet points down, we're like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. These are the trends, and other people start doing the same stuff. Now we've built that relationship and that accountability, and people trust us. You know, of course, our journey hasn't been the easiest. We've had things go wrong, and whenever something happened, we compensated anybody that needed to be compensated appropriately. You know, leaving both parties happy. And it's gonna be a long game. But we still have a lot of eyes on us, and a lot of people keeping eyes on our development approach, our tools, our relationships, you know. And as Mike said, it's the fact that we're able to have these professional relationships in the long term, and what we're building and where we're going and our horizons. I think I would say that from an NFT perspective, this is one of the very few true partnerships on Cardano.
Yeah.
Right, because you actually see, it's not like, okay, they're gonna put this thing on this thing, or here's our collaboration. It is they are doing a hat for us, but you know, and then it's actually a proper partnership between Derps and
sure.
We're not just giving whitelist for whitelist.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, that doesn't count.
This is a proper, realistic, let's build things together partnership. And then adding to that, okay, but then, you know, not disregarding that we're going to put a hat on a trade on this NFT. We'll make the whole thing so that you're able to put a hat on a trade on the NFT.
Yeah.
You know,
no, that's it. I mean, and it makes so much sense too. Like you said, as you guys evolve, you know, there's others that are going to do great things, and if you guys align in values, and I think, like you said, you guys make sense as a partnership too. And I think a lot of people get that as well, and it's resonated throughout the community. So it's great to see that. I know we're getting wrapped up over on our end here. I don't know how this hour just flew by. It looks like Andy's gonna have to catch us on the next one over here. But no, if I just wanted to, before we wrap up with you guys, if I guess for anybody who has not been in the Mutants community or is just discovering you guys, what would be your best kind of quick recommendation for them getting involved? If they say they don't, would you recommend them going picking up a couple NFTs to burn? Would you recommend them picking up a new Mutant, or just what would be the entry point from your guys' perspective for people looking to get involved with what you guys are doing?
If they want more information, they should join our Discord or hit us up on Twitter. Or DM Mike and I'm very reluctant on using the Mutant account to reply to like random DMs though, and my account, and I'm assuming Mike's the same, because everybody suddenly wants to send us a message to promote something and thinking that but they're all scammers. And that's the one thing. If they want to get into the project, obviously use JPEG or use our marketplace Epoch Art and get access, or partake in Raffles and try your luck there. And you could buy any of the collections and burn if you want to, you know, see what you get. If you buy a rare one, top 500 NFT, you get a rare Mutant if you burn it with another Mutant and use Mutant token. Or you could buy a new Mutant itself, one of the Mutants off the marketplaces. So there's you know, Raffles, marketplaces, and for more information and alpha, watch you guys. You know, you guys have us on. Watch you guys. You guys have been very healthy for the community. You guys get on the right projects, bring them on and talk about the details. You know, and then watch the other creators as well. Atlantic, Blake. You know, those guys. We've been on their spaces, on their video, on their streams as well, and just the whole ecosystem coming into this. It isn't just one, you know, we're building a community and live partnerships and relationships. Go check out Derps, go see what they're doing. You know? I
love it.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, if you're looking at the Mutants right now and you're trying to debate what to do, I would highly suggest look at those season 4. And now I got to read Resident's name because I think we're saying the same thing. But the burn rate, like, you know, we have a very strong community of holders. If you look at what it would cost to burn 2 Mutants and you think about, okay, there's a trade shop, I can trade any trade I want in a couple of months. The floor for season 4 is looking a little nice. If you want an entry and you want to get a feel for the team and automatically get your 8 Mutants, that's just my like personal opinion. The floor can change quick, but look at the 2. What would it cost to burn 2 to what's the floor of the season 4? And remember, hey, maybe I don't like that floor trait, but always remember you can change it. So
nice.
If you're going to hold for a little bit, there's good options to be made.
Perfect. Well, again, we appreciate you guys' time over there. And just to clarify, guys, the season 4 is the new Mutants over there. If you guys are trying to debate what that is, but no, we appreciate it. St. Rich and Mike, we thank you guys, and Rez also for kind of moderating with some of the Mutant community over here. Shout out to you guys for coming on. It's always a good time to catch up, and looking forward. I'm sure we'll have some more conversations here in the future. It just seems that I love getting projects like you guys on. Is that we can continuously there's every like set milestone every few months. You guys come out with something new, and we're able to get a chance to talk about.
Themed, you guys come with a lot, though. It's always so much to cover in the hour.
Yep. Yeah. It's not enough time, you know.
Well, I'm hoping the next time we talk, it will be cross-chain platforms and how the trade shop works. That'd be an hour in itself right there. Lots of fun.
Easy. Right there.
Sure. I just wanted to say that it hasn't been an easy journey. We've hit the same problems that every other project's hit, where people asking, why is the floor low? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? And we've continued to build and build and build to the point where we've reached top 20. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then we will continue to build and build and build because we've prepared ourselves and organized ourselves in a way where we can do so. You know? And we have the people, we have the knowledge, and we try and get in touch with the right people to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. And that's our goal. Like I say this in almost every space or podcast or something. But I'll be honest, you could go far. You could go far, you know, yourself. You could go quickly, you know, fast alone, further together.
Yeah, right? There you go.
You know, that's essentially it. And hell yeah, and that's our goal. Like look at all the different things that we've built, and look at where we want to go and what we want to do and how we want to expand. It's just a grassroots business, bro. This isn't a Amazon is stepping into streaming, doing Amazon Prime, bro. We're just same simple people. We're just doing the same stuff, just like you guys trying to build a following, you know, get in touch with the right projects and all that. We're the same. We're just trying to build and establish partnerships and have a strong community and do the right thing and build. It's the ethics side of it, you know. That's what we're trying to accomplish. The right feeling. You know, something that doesn't even have taste in your mouth. People can do stuff, but yeah, the right feeling. We want to have the right feeling.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you guys having on, and Mike, St. Rich, it's always good to catch up, and I'm sure like you said, we'll be talking here soon. We truly appreciate everything that you guys do for us over here on our side, and again, the community for showing up. You guys have a great one in that, and again, shout out to everybody from the Mutants community showing up over here tonight. Mike and St. Rich, we'll have to catch up with Andy a little bit later. It's a pleasure to have you on, and we'll catch you guys hopefully here soon.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Great show.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks, lads. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Always so much info. Always so much to go through.
Love it.
Great. Yeah, they come prepared too.
Man, every time they get on, it's always another like, all right, let's go check out what else Mutants got going on right now. And it makes me remember too to go ahead and get into the raffles too, because I always forget. Because there's always so much stuff going on, but it's like, I got stuff staking over there too, where I'm earning other like coins for other projects too.
I was just checking that shit too when you guys were
like
talking.
The Mallard order, like always go on the Mallard order over there. It's always great to catch up with them. I'm really curious to hear about this customizable like trait shop that they're doing too.
Yes,
that's going to be very interesting to do.
I wonder if that's going to be the next little like we have like this. We said that the keywords or phrases that projects like to use, like the metaverse or whatever the case may be. Like, what if now the next wave will be customize your NFTs? Like, I wonder if that's going to be the movement. You know what I mean? That'd be pretty cool though.
I definitely think that's going to be a thing. And if you do it right, you have the right trade shop, you have some good partnerships with the traits, and then who knows where that takes you. You're naming your stuff, like you're basically creating like your own like Web3 like profile essentially at that point. I think you're going to see a lot of different things take advantage of that here at the SIP 68.
Especially we're just seeing the metaverses start opening up too, because we're going to see people that, they may not be able to change the actual NFT. Like the Mutants are going to be able to have a little more control over them. But, they can like, even clay or something. I can see them having, I can't imagine they're not going to have accessories and things like that that'll at least show in, the metaverse side, like when you're in that extra wallet. So,
yeah. Well, appreciate everybody over here who's hanging out with us tonight over on this Monday. And again, happy Memorial Day, everybody over in the US, and shout out to everybody showing up here on this Monday night. I know there's a lot going on inside of space, but to reset right now, guys, if you're still here with us, make sure that if you haven't already, hit that like button down in the video. And if you guys want, consider subscribing over here. We're here every Monday night and Friday. And then maybe some Thursdays for game nights. That was fun though. Talk about a little quick game night from last week. I think, shout out to everybody who showed up for that, because that became a fun, like 2.5 hour, almost 3 hour stream.
I almost think like,
it was a decent amount, yeah.
Even if it's not all three of us, if like one of us just jump on and start gaming and just with the community, who cares? Like, we don't have to schedule it. Just get on a game, dude. That'd be fun.
I just remember like it got intense too. Like the Fall Guys, like Shankshino, I'll never forget that guy again. I saw him dominate over on the Mallard side, but I'm never playing Fall Guys against that guy again.
We just gotta play some other games. Is the problem. We just kept playing the same.
I want to play Splitgate next game.
Well, even what do you call it? Worlds Within. That was fun. Honestly, that was really fun. Actually,
honestly, I had the most fun with that. I'm not gonna lie, because I enjoy that. I love FPS games, so I enjoyed that one the best.
It was like we had 8 people in there, right? At one point. Yeah, there was a couple. I saw TJ over there.
Last week was a fluke.
Yeah, right. I think as you can imagine, as this game gets a little bit more developed too, like with leaderboards and like fun little like tournaments and stuff that you can get into as the mechanics start to get evolved. He said there's a huge update they're getting ready to push, but I mean the fact that this is on Cardano right now, like you can upgrade. There's like customizable stuff happening. It just shows like just how far we've kind of come.
I kept trying to throw grenades, literally.
Yeah,
a lot. When I would reload, I went to throw a grenade first.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're trying to do a lot of stuff. I mean, anything we could, we were testing out on that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who knows? This is just a start too, right? When you think
it was
about
fun
it,
as shit. I really loved it. It was fun.
It felt. I mean, like I said, it's not like a AAA game or anything like that. But the fact that we were able to actually do like jump on and get into a server with each other and like play a game on stream, like that's the stuff I'm looking forward to as we start to kind of evolve this, because this was just like a fun time. And we got a chance. Shout out to Vince from the team over there who was in chat with us as well. Kind of like moderate. We had remember when I was getting a little
quite a few questions. No, we had a couple questions. Then even like to the point where you upgraded mid game, Tommy.
Yeah, no, I remember doing that, like a live like loadout build, like literally in the middle of it, like switching because I just like couldn't do anything.
You want to test out some of the other guns too. You got to like once he's like, oh, you get to try out some of the other guns, some of the skins, and you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna go do this right now. Fuck it.
Yes, and you could literally make a change like in game already. Like those are some advanced features and stuff like that. Like obviously don't look at our aim and stuff like that, but actually this might have been TJ right here.
Look at my aim.
Yeah,
that is me.
Yeah, TJ's over. I was doing a ducking like odd job out there.
That was a nice name.
Yeah, right, nice name. Shout out to the Worlds Within team. That was a good time, and then shout out to everybody who made it over to game night. It's been a fun ride. But also shout out to everybody who made bank, bro.
Bro. You were fading bank last week, bro. That's why we get OG.
Apparently, it doesn't matter what you think. People had bank on their mind, and they were making profits no matter what. And that was certainly the case over on when you zoom out a little bit. Like it's pretty intense to see like this chart already, and it skyrocketed. And I kind of figured like there would be like that initial pump, but I figured there'd be like the retracement back to like at least like the buy price before it would maybe drop down and then have that next run up. But it just said screw that, we're going up, and we'll see where it ends up right now. But it's finding a little bit of its a little stable price action right now. So I didn't get in, but I also I didn't get in, and I was going away this weekend too, so it was complicated. It wasn't just like, hey, if I was home, I probably would have jumped in a little bit just to ride the wave, because at this point, I definitely, even if like my perspective on it when I first saw it was like, I don't know if this is, even I still to this day think, I mean it's done very, very well, but if like it is still like an NFT like DAO and like a game kind of still like combined in one, but it has this unique aspect as launching as a quote unquote meme coin to start. I don't know, like I think there's a lot of people though too who took like a stance on that of like, I'm not minting it, and then like it did really well, and then they're still like just like holding out because of the way they initially felt. And it's like, look, like you're here to take some profits or make some money, 100%. Like have some fun with it and run with it. It is a meme coin at the end of the day. It is who knows, if it goes up, it goes up, if it goes down, it goes down. But at the end of the day, you'd be a fool to go ahead and like not, try to take an opportunity with the amount of hype and stuff that it's been doing. It's undeniable at this fact of where it's at.
Tommy call you a fool?
Well, Tommy, are you gonna do it yourself right now?
Well, no. I've been kind of just pacing. I mean, again, I've been out of town too. So when I saw it shoot up, I think the first time I saw it shoot up, it was like at like right around this stage right here. And I was like, oh man, like it just took off. Like, what am I going to do? Right. And I was like, I'll just wait and see. And then it kept going up. And I was like, all right, well, it's either going to come way up and I missed the wave completely, or it's going to start to find a correction point. And even right now, it's obviously up way more than what it was to start. I think people made I saw some people make a ridiculous amount of money who had that OG roll over there. But I don't know where it's going right now. Like this is where you start to kind of see, because SNEK, even SNEK back when it first did its thing, like it had a nice little quick retracement for a little while, and then it kind of just took another leg up and ran. But I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts right now? Are you guys looking to potentially still get in, or do you care what's going on? Do you think it's past the hype period and people are going to, look for the new one, or what do you think?
I think because Bank actually has like a set plan and dates in mind, I think this will still continue to go up. Not financial advice. I'm just saying they're doing a snapshot, I think in 6 days now, to see what the holder allocation is. And if you have a certain amount, you get to be considered for their NFT, and then 45 days they do another snapshot. So because they have those dates in mind of being a holder and being a top holder, I think that is what's going to help drive that even more. They also have a couple of big names or big YouTubers or influencers that have been talking about them and even purchased some. What's a SlumDOGE Millionaire? He purchased like $2,000 worth of Bank, and also SNEK too. But it's pretty big to purchase a coin that just came out a day ago, or in his case, a day ago when he bought it. So I do think that it could potentially go up even more, which for selfish reason, I hope it does. I have some Bank, I'm not gonna lie.
TJ bought his Bank, huh?
I did. I hope it does at least half of what SNEK has already done, so I will be very happy.
It's gotten to the point now where you can't ignore his stuff anymore. Like you said, like Dan for a little while was like just kind of like on the edge with it. He's like, I don't know, like I don't know if I'm going to talk about it. And then he just was like, yep, I'm having to talk about it because it's a huge thing. And same thing too for SlumDOGE Millionaire. This guy, he's been notorious for like recently about buying different meme coins and stuff like that. And everybody, I remember the SNEK community just kept coming after him. And then finally he tweeted about it. And now he's not only a SNEK, he had 3,000, his 3,000 is now worth 4,000. He bought $2,000 worth of Bank, and that's where it doubled and got to 4,000. And these kind of tweets right here, whether, they're long-term Cardano or not, this guy is almost, over 250,000 followers right now. And pretty big presence on Twitter. So when the masses start to see this over here, of course, people are going to be interested in how to onboard over to Cardano. And not long term, this is a great thing for the chain itself, because it's getting people to be interested in it and explore it. And then eventually it's going to stress test this network to the point where, hey, this is usable, or hey, we got some work still to do. And I know Hydra, it can't come at a better time right now. Like people are looking forward to it. I know it's on the mainnet, but it's not officially like I've seen it. I actually saw a tweet the other day about somebody like testing it out, and like there was just like transaction send confirm, transaction send confirm, transaction send confirm. So when it gets to that point right now, I think that's when things will get real fun. But it's just like you can feel like the wave, like they've been talking about like DeFi summer and things like that. You can just feel like this shift kind of starting to come this way, and it's going to be fun because we've been here since the beginning of this stuff. To see it kind of start to really break out is been really interesting. And I don't know if you guys got a chance to see this over here today too. Shout out to the Angel Baby Hit Squad team for this Genesis. Remember we talked about that, where you could exchange ETH to ADA and how to buy stuff. They actually did a really good video today with the Nami wallet, specifically on how to actually how to make a Nami wallet and how to exchange it with this Genesis.ADA Anvil partnership that they have. Have you guys seen this yet? I haven't got a chance to experiment with this. But basically, they give you a little tutorial, make your Nami wallet, gets everybody onboarded, right? And then they go over to this website here, and it's as easy as literally just clicking like exchange ETH over to ADA, and it's all done in-house right here. So you want to change, I'm going to start using this instead of I was using Changely, I think, for a little while, which you have to kind of KYC a little bit. So this is very interesting.
Is it just ETH to ADA though, or is it?
This one is, yes.
Okay. Because I've been using Changely too because of Ordinal stuff for the BTC, but if that had BTC, then I would use that as well.
Yeah, but I mean for ETH users too, the majority of people are on the Ethereum network, so just this video alone is like super valuable for people. They can go over to MinSwap or whatever it is, and pretty much just shows you how quick it can actually be. If I don't know how fast that transaction process is from ETH, I can imagine it's probably pretty fast at this time. But stuff like this is going to go a long way about onboarding people, and it's still so early, but I thought that was cool to kind of see. That's a big thing right there. I don't know. I still don't know where I'm at with the bank thing yet.
That's
as far as like,
Well, it's like you said, yeah, as long as long term, that makes sense. Yeah, that's fair.
But because they've got these metrics in place of like, hey, on the 7th day, they have this like snapshot. And then after that, they've got another 45 day snapshot that's going on. Like there's going to have incentives for people to hold. And I'll kind of, I'll be watching it. Like, wow, I don't care about what my actual personal feelings of like project maybe long term are, but I think for the now, like there's opportunity out there. And I mean, if my goal right now is to NFTs, a lot of them are having a tough time flipping and like raising in value right now. And we just know we're in that cycle of the market. Like, why not? Why would if I took out like the last almost 2 years we've been doing this, right? Like I would go back to when I started, like the main part of this was how can I maximize opportunity in order to make some profits 100%. And stuff like this. And this is literally one of the reasons. So here's a perfect example of how you could do that. Or I could completely lose my ass. There's also that factor. It's not saying it's just a sure thing. This could completely crash down and I could lose all my stuff. You got to know the game you're getting into, but it's
could be fun advice, can be really not fun advice.
Correct. Yeah, it could be.
Depends when you get out.
Financial disaster.
Green or red, I actually was just looking at that. I saw Crypto Heaps post about it the first hour of our show, and I actually joined their Discord during that first hour of the show. So that is a new meme coin called Cock, and their Discord just opened up today or this afternoon. So that seems to have a big hype and following. It is. I sent it on Twitter or private chat. So that is a new one. Discord opened up today.
Literally, this is where we're going with this kind of stuff now.
Yep.
How do they spell it?
COCK.
What do you expect? This is by no way an endorsement to this at all. No idea. I mean, I don't know. We'll see, I guess, right?
Stop being a hater, bro.
So there was another one though today, which we saw where this can kind of go. Is there was one called Moon over there, and this actually, they're already deleted. Because people found him already. Bison and this guy Felix did a whole thread on him. Basically, these guys said they were doxxed over here. Hey, we have a dox team. There's this new coin Moon. We're getting ready to do it. And this guy did a reverse image search with all the pictures that they posted and found out that these people, they were using some other people's pictures online just to say that they were doxxed. He was able to get a hold of this guy, Big Dealin, right here, Big Dave Crypto, and they were using his identity. He had no idea. He's like, yo, what do you mean they're using my stuff? He goes, that's me in the picture. He goes, what the hell? I'm from Ireland, still live here. It's definitely not me. Can you share a screenshot? So these people were just finding random people's pictures online. They did a reverse image search on them. And then basically we're saying, look, a docs team doesn't mean anything. You really got to do some research. So like I said, on the Cardano side of stuff, people did the research. And basically before these guys were able to launch and do anything, they called them out ahead of time and got them to shut down, it looks like now. So just be careful. I'm not saying cock is that. I mean, but that's the stupidest sentence right there, to even say. I can't do that right now, dude.
Well, I mean, especially we saw it even with it's going to happen a lot now. We saw it with the motherfucker token, where didn't say that they were with a old money, but didn't until they started coming out, in mass started coming out saying, do not buy this. This does not have anything to do with us. Then was finally okay, I guess I got to say, I'm not a part of that project. And then you went to their website and they were doing the same thing. They had stolen some film director of indie movies picture and had it with a different name as part of their docs team.
Yeah.
And then they had Twitters and stuff linked where they were tweeting, and they hadn't tweeted since October or November or something. But had linked Twitters fakely made that they had been tweeting on for months.
Yeah. So before you go ape into all the new meme coins that are out there, there's definitely going to be some bad actors and people taking advantage of this hype that's building right now. So it's important to make sure. And I think, just for me personally, just follow Bison Coin or one of these guys. They'll get to the bottom of it pretty quick. Which is good that you got people out there doing that. So a lot of people at least don't get absolutely wrecked the first time around. The cock coin though, I don't know about that one right now. It's just funny to say that right now. Hey TJ, you got some cock?
You guys looking to buy any cock?
Gotta hit the beat button.
Another one.
Dang, we need for sure. We need that the epic meal time chicken sandwich. Oh, that too. That works too.
Yeah. God, dude, stop. That's a great joke right there. Well, the other thing, interesting part of this too, is that bank has had its run and it's doing its thing right now. But one that has not slowed down and just kind of absolutely blows my mind because you thought like for sure they would have had like a cooldown period.
Well, look, scroll back a bit though. Like go over where it says 12.
Like 12.
Well, make it big again like you did, but like see how far it dipped down where it says the 12 and the 12 at the bottom.
What about 12 at the bottom? What are you talking about?
It says 12 o'clock at the bottom.
12. Oh, okay, yeah.
Other 12, the other 12. To the left. All the way left. Look how far down it dips there.
Oh, I know.
That's when I thought it was done, honestly.
And then it just said, nope.
Nope, yeah, exactly.
And it just did its thing. But then now it did the same thing, like, right? It just shot back up. It's at 262. Like, that is absolutely insane.
It is. Dude, I don't know how that's going to go. That's crazy.
I don't even know at this point. Like, there's people making like legit, like real money.
There's a millionaire, legit millionaire yesterday. That first one in SNEK Millionaire, and I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like amount of SNEK, like amount of $1 million.
Oh, I believe it at this point, man. Like where this ran at. If you got in on the pre-sale, like literally, I think like I said, I got in to this day, man. It's hard to like kick yourself, but it's also one of those things where like the real reality is like if you ever did get in early enough on these, like how are your diamond hands at some point before like you just say I'm out. And because of the risk factor on this stuff. And like I said, I think 250 ADA in the pre-sale got me like 87 million of this stuff. And if I was to have had, and I still love doing it just because it's kind of just like almost comical at this point, 227,000 ADA.
I would have 33 million too. I would have I tried to buy right when public drop. I told you I didn't put enough slippage like an idiot. So I had to wait till the next day. What is it? Tell me what it is. 33 million.
33 million you had?
Yeah.
33 million right at this moment right now would have been 86,000 ADA.
See, that's a lot.
$31,000.
Realistically, though, I wouldn't have held that long. I know myself. I would have sold way before that.
Well, look at me. Like, I'm a prime example of that. I literally, if I just went and did the math on that, 224 right now on that is, I would have made $82,000.
You're taking almost a year off work.
So I mean, like, but to like put that in perspective, the funny part about that was that first night after it doubled up, I think it got to like 500 ADA, my 250 doubled, and I took half of it out right there. I just covered my cost, and then I let the rest ride for. Or I think I made like maybe like 15,000 ADA off of my thing, which is just like. I mean, it's not bad at all. Like you can't be mad at that. No. But did anybody see this going to where it was? No. And the fact I'm glad that it did though. Oh, wow, that's a big buy right there. You see that? 262 to 250.
I love Tab Tools, by the way. Tab Tools is sick because even when you link your wallet in there, it literally live changes for you where it says your position. You have 0. Obviously, you don't have any SNEK, but
yeah,
it tells you. And then you can click on the little like fish symbols. Right there, I'll bring it to the side and it'll tell you all their buys they did, which is a really cool feature.
Big Bank right now literally just spent almost half of his stuff right there. Just sold off 50, or he's a quarter of it. He sold off 50 million. Oh, he's doing big sales. Look at that. Oh, a double back to back. Oh, he just sold off 100.
I'm surprised you haven't bought back into SNEK, Tommy. Honestly,
because I keep thinking there's a downturn, and then all of a sudden it just keeps going, and I'm like, I don't know where to go at this point. I'm not trying to get wrecked, but damn, this guy just sold off 240 or 250,000 ADA back-to-back sales right here. Jeez, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But can you imagine that's only 100 million ADA right there? Like this guy that's ridiculous, man. But the fact, congrats to everybody who's made a bag on this, because I know a lot of people roll those profits over in the bank to kind of capitalize on the next one. And then other people, I've seen so many success stories of people getting into like Ape Society, they've been getting into Clays, they've been getting into Mallards, getting into all these different projects that they've been wanting to get into for a long time. So like I said, I think full circle, we'll see a lot of this. Like this is the attractive thing right now, right? Like the NFTs are not doing the best, but a lot of people, if you're smart, they're accumulating to the ones that they want right now for these very cheap prices, and collection offers are going through like crazy because people want to take advantage of the quick gains that you can make with these. And it's all kind of recycle its way back through like this DeFi cycle. Eventually we'll make it when they got an excess of money to spend again, it'll go back into the NFTs. And then as the NFTs start to grow and make it through, the ones who do make it through this cycle and are able to survive it and have these working products, then those are the next kind of leg up for 100%. People getting in. That's just kind of how it works. Look at you guys. We'll just get off camera over here. Just leaving me in the leaving me in the trenches.
I'm back. We're having a cat issue, but no problem now.
But
no, 100%. Imagine, like I said, I think like the last time I bought in, I put in another 60, and I just haven't like actually pulled it out again after I was like riding it up and down, and it's like up to over 1,000 ADA now. So if you're if you're just now getting into one of these, you see people tweeting about how much people are making, you may be a little bit more willing to jump into like a meme coin, because Doge and things like that have been a lot more popular, other than seeing something like Bored Ape Yacht Club, which a lot of people just say, I don't really still understand what the fuck happened or how you get in that. Because when you go, okay, hey, let me check out NFTs, and you see how many there are, you don't really know where to start. And it takes a little bit more deep diving, or if you see like, hey, you could put $30 into this meme coin, and yeah, it may be worth, $500 or something like that. People may just be like, oh, I'm willing to give that a shot. Like, fuck yeah, I've heard Doge so much. I see Elon tweeting about it, all that kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
And then now you have, like you said, that person now in the blockchain with possibly like, 1,000 ADA they're sitting on, and maybe they do then take that next step. Like, all right, I've already made the wallet, I've taken these steps. Maybe like start looking at some NFTs. Like, what do I do with this ADA? I've been seeing that it's not a great time to pull it out right now too, especially.
Absolutely. I think too, long term, these gains that these people have made, or at least the attraction, like what has pulled people into the ecosystem in the past, it was the NFTs that were doing well. So right now, when things aren't maybe at the top, right, what's the attraction point? And it's only natural. Like, I'm glad this stuff made it. A lot of people I know were hating on this, the meme coin fad, like, oh, we're going back this way. And it's like, meme coins are a good thing though, and there always will be around. We talked about that, right? They're never going away. We don't think they will for the most part. But what it does is it brings excitement. It brings like curiosity. It brings profits, and it gets people involved. And obviously, there's the backside to that too, where people don't do well and get absolutely wrecked. But I think more and more as there's more content out there. There's more stuff. There's more like evidence on how to kind of trend some of this stuff. People can do like basic research and understand like, hey, like, yes, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, but I think I should probably jump in because look at this. I've watched and I've had a lot of resources to go to, versus like in the past where just everything was mooning. In reality, it was just people who were getting ready to sell you and dump on your head. Like I said, it's evolved a little bit from the last time. When the Fafa coin over there? I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things you got to be paying attention though, and you got to take your personal responsibility for. Like, if you're sitting here, like, I watched a YouTuber and he said this was the move that he's doing, and so I went and did it and lost my mortgage. Like, you went and did that. Like, you know what I mean? He was, so whatever the case may be in those, especially when it comes to the DeFi side, you just got to have that understanding.
100%. And then Arrow Arts over here saying, I've enjoyed learning about it. Something new to learn is always good. And agreed, right? Even if you don't participate in this, like, like, hey, this is like something that's going on, and maybe I want to get in, maybe I don't. But I've seen a lot of success. I've seen a lot of failure from it. But right now, a lot of people are winning over here on this side, and it feels good to get like a big win under a lot of our belts who have been here and who got in early on this, So yeah, congrats to everybody who's still holding right now and are riding the wave. Apparently, SNEK's got an announcement. That I guess tomorrow we're going to see something that's happening with them. They said, I don't know if it's going to be a big central exchange that they're going to get listed on, which would be amazing. But the fact that you've got big YouTubers and big Twitter personalities that are already looking at it, like if you take a look back, I think at SNEK right now, like I remember when we caught it when it was like at 2,000 followers or something like that. They're already at 15,000. Like the holder count continues to go up. Like it's just incredible what it's done. And it feels like the Cardano meme coin, and will Bank be able to chase it? I don't know yet. It's a different type of meme coin. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I know the thing is, if you missed out on this one, I mean, we are so early. There's the first two big ones that really started to take off. And then you still have like things like DJAF that went out that's just kind of doing its own thing as well. Like there's other ones that are here. And then you have new ones that are going to continue to be a part of this ecosystem as we, there's going to be more of these. We know there's going to be more. There's going to be another hyped one, because why wouldn't there be with the success that these have had? So if you guys have missed out, don't, I'm sure there'll be more opportunities in the future for some of this stuff. Just make sure that whatever it is that you're putting in, you're being responsible enough with it that if it goes to zero, you're not just like, hey, I'm done, I'm out, I think there's a lot more to that. But I don't know if TJ is going to get it back over this way, but I know he does want to go ahead and talk about some ordinals, and we're getting to that last half hour inside the show.
TJ. Yeah, this is your part. It's your time to shine.
So I'll lead us off over here, because I made a tweet earlier today, and I referenced this because I was rushing home to get back to, from from the Georgia. And when I was doing that, there was a mint going on for this BitBonnies, or basically bunnies, BitBonnies. And this is an Ordinals project that there's 999 of them, and they were inscribed early on in the 200,000. So there's 7 million, and they're on the lower side of inscription numbers. And they went ahead and minted today on Magic Eden over on their launch pad. And I was whitelisted, and the whitelist that I got was actually over from the Mallard order. And shout out to huge shout out to the Mallard order. We were talking about this again. It is Mallard Monday, so happy Mallard Monday to everybody who shows up for that. And this alpha chat that they have is quickly becoming like just like the place to be, at least for me. I'm in a few different alpha chats over there, and another great one is the TGT chat. I know they talk quite a bit about a bunch of different stuff. The one that I'm in, I know Block's Block Investment Group do a lot of stuff with Ordinals as well. But for me, the Ordinals chat, and same thing with TJ, was like the onboarder for us. And they have they have giveaways too inside there. And the way to get inside that chat is to go ahead and own a Mallard order Ordinal, which we were able to earn from getting rune, staking your Mallards to earn rune, and then you were able to get a BTC soul shard, and that BTC soul shard was able to be burned for a Mallard order. There's 222 of them Ordinal, which were all 150,000 like inscription, which are super early, and shows how like their vision was. And to this day, you can still get in by one of two ways, which is buying this soul shard right here. Only 4 of them on sale, and again, remember, these are deflationary. There's only 34 of these, 4 of them listed right now. I don't know how many are one. Isn't that crazy? And then look at the floor is ridiculous on these. Or you could go ahead and actually go and buy these on a secondary market, which I think for me, I think they've been actually getting some sales. I don't know. Actually, Ordinals wallet's always struggling for me sometimes. But anyway, I'll go back over to BitBonnies, because what happened was I was able to win this whitelist from them. And it cost a total. This is the first time I did a Magic Eden mint over here as well. Basically, I was able to connect your my X-First wallet, which essentially you can use your put BTC into it, and it has a BTC like Taproot address, and then it also has an Ordinals address. This is where you get your inscriptions, and you can go ahead and click on this My Items. It'll show you your different NFTs inside of here, or your inscriptions, and if it's tied to a project, it'll take you to the product page. It's similar stuff you're used to if you're over from the Cardano side or Ethereum side. But the cool thing about this was the mint was done through this website, and you had your whitelisted wallet address in there. And what you were able to do was actually just click mint and pay your little extra gas fee on top of the inscription fee, which I think this one was like 0.004. And it roughly cost me, I think, about $130 worth of Bitcoin to mint this over here. And the floor price already for these, they've been going insane today. They've done over 14 Bitcoin in volume already, which is insane to think about.
Insane.
And these are selling for roughly over $600 right now, still with the floor. So $130 jumped up to $600, and it's only been like 12 hours since these things have been out almost. So it's crazy the amount of opportunity that you got over on this Ordinal side, and being early, especially with the inscription numbers, is a huge thing. And it's really interesting. It shows the vision for these projects that went ahead and minted these projects early on. And we're just waiting for like the hype. They're just waiting for the right moment to go ahead and launch it. Because right now it really is like, there's a huge opportunity. We talked about this last week. But this project right here is interesting because they are a lower inscription number. They have some cool like pixelated artwork. And some of these, as you get down here, are actually like animated too. They have like animated, or I don't know if there's like one-of-ones or there's like individual ones, but they're, I don't know where you have to find them, because people are actually selling them now for a little bit higher prices, and they look cool. Like these are a decent looking project.
I just think you're right though. I mean, we've seen that now with multiple projects, right, where the actual inscription number has been significant, where we've seen those ones with the lower ones seem to have a little bit more hype behind them, a little more eager to grab them.
Absolutely. Well, and it shows too, like the people who did like get in there early and just kind of bided their time for a little bit, right? Like they didn't.
Those early projects, that jumped in before, like, that they may have made them or got them inscribed a long time ago, but now they're finally coming out. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, crazy stuff right here, and it's getting easier too to actually like participate in these mints. Like this is one of the ones where like one of the more smooth ones. I remember back in the day where you had to like open a ticket just to be able to go ahead and inscribe stuff, and you had some of them had them inscribe them yourself. Now with this one, like with the Magic Eden one, they take a little bit of a fee to do this, I'm sure. But the easy part about it was literally just connecting your wallet to it, and as long as it recognized your wallet in your whitelist spot, and you were able to mint your certain allocation of it, and it was all seamless. It was literally one press of a transaction button, and it got inscribed within like 10 minutes, and we were done. Like, it was such an easy process. So I don't know where TJ is right now to go ahead and go back and forth, but this was all
show off your
generated.
bond in here, Tommy. Did you show the one you got?
Yeah, so I put a tweet on it right here.
There it is. That's right. Yep.
Yeah. And I haven't listed or anything like this. I'm kind of just seeing what happens, because I've seen what happened with the Bitcoin frogs too, where I bought that thing for like $50 and it ended up turning into like $4,000 with these, because they were in the 300,000 inscription range. So that's why I think a lot of people are valuing these right here. And the main thing about these is, as long as there's like a community being formed behind them, that's what really is driving the value, because they were in early, they've got a low inscription number, and they've got a community that's developed around them. And man, like, I'm telling you, these, for whatever reason right now, like the support on this side for Ordinals has been insane. Like, I don't know if anybody over in chat has been getting a chance to check some of the stuff. I know we keep talking about it, but it'd be crazy
Bitcoin's
not
just
to.
loud. People, you know what I mean? They like hearing Bitcoin. They know that one.
Yeah. I agree. Hey, this is good comment over here. He goes, how are you supposed to show this to your friend and convince them NFTs are cool? I mean, there's plenty of these projects, right? When we especially got over there, like, we started minting, what was it, Cardano trees, right?
You show them your wallet after you sell. That's how you convince them it's cool. You show them your balance.
Yeah, you say, I don't give a shit what the hell that thing looks like. If it's doing these kind of numbers over there, nobody cares what it is, right? And it's a lot of this stuff is just the technology, right, of being early in this blockchain. It's like having those collector's items, and people pay for the collection. It's not necessarily, if you got good artwork and a fun community behind it, I mean, it's that much better at this point. But this is one that launched today. You see the volume that's doing, and this is on Magic Eating too, on their launch pad. So it's just getting more and more easy to onboard people. So this is a community that we're watching out for, and they're active, and it's doing work over there.
I mean, that's what we need to see too. If we want these, see them keep growing and get people more excited. Because I don't know what, it took even me and TJ a while to finally actually make take the effort to make the new wallet and everything, and be like, all right, let me do this. So I think after a while, it's like we were talking with the DeFi stuff, like, people are just not going to be able to. It's where things are just going in some direction. You kind of have to have some other wallets and be involved in some other chains.
You definitely need to be. I think if you feel like things are stale right now, it's not that they're stale. Your focus may be in the wrong spot, or there's highs and lows for everything, right? It's not like the end of Cardano NFTs are there. It's just, this is the thing that's taken off right now, and these allow you to make the opportunities that if you are you want to be on Cardano long term, you believe in the NFTs over there, you can make some money and stuff on this side, and then roll that back this way, or vice versa, or whatever it may be. But I think, I mean, it's an interesting thing where you can take your SNEK profits, right? You can buy one of these. Seems like an interesting idea. The quick ordinals, yeah, these are out as well. That I did see that they were there. I looked at trying to inscribe one. The fees were a little high when I was looking at those, but I'll have to go back and actually take a look at quick. And then this is like most of our friends, right? Most of them were just like, hey, I took like $200 today and bet on like this parlay. And I either lost that money or I made like $200-300 off it, right? Well, over here, people are doing that, but they're making a ridiculous, a little bit about more money, and it's maybe not
a lot
safer.
Higher chance or a little bit more control over what you're picking, I would say.
Correct. Yeah, it's a little easier to, if you have the education on it, to kind of, if you get in. So some of these are like the early days, right? If you got into these, like just today, like, hey, also the whitelist was almost minted out. It was at like 98% by the time I got home and was able to do this. But they were basically like, if you mint this right now, the floor is $600 ADA or $600. Sorry. You will literally make $400 on this if you mint it right now. It's like, that's a no brainer at that point. Let's fucking grow. Shout out to Ken over there. We're gonna check. Okay, well, Ken, we'll pull up some stuff here. I want to take a look at what you got going on.
We've seen that though, Tommy. That's a good point, because we've seen that for Cardano projects. We used to say that when we had like the whitelist. We're like, oh, look at the floor right now, and they're selling too. There's activity. We can see them selling. Minting this right now for 80 ADA or whatever is pretty much getting 250 ADA like back. This is easy to make. Just like, I'm obviously going to mint this right now. I have the access already to whitelist, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen that for a while, I feel like, where we've seen a project have high activity over floor during mint, or while it's, before it's minted out. And yeah, you're seeing it now, and this is kind of where some, I mean, even some of the bigger, you know, our favorite friends of the show, people come in the chat, but big follows on Twitter. We've seen them now. They've, just like your Twitter, have been, you know, discussing their ordinals and showing what they've taken off. They even switched, you know, you had your profile picture changed even for a while. I mean, that was the other side, but still.
Oh, it's got people making, like, some people are making full switches too, like just like fully going in on this stuff, and it makes sense, right? It's fun, it's the new thing to do, but at the same time, like it's important to learn some of this stuff, and there's opportunity out there. Is basically what we're trying to say is if you even some of the great Cardano projects have made their shift, like you said, with KWIC, with Mallard. And then some of the new stuff too. I wanted to talk about, if you guys didn't get in on BitBonnies, which just launched today, there's a couple more that are out there right now that are coming out. And one of the ones we were looking at earlier was Bitcoin Bears. This is these things. If you want to talk about some volume right here, these guys did 100 collection back in the day. They minted in the 5,600 to 5,700 inscription, like super early. The sales for these things, if like I was scrolling the other day, I'd taken a look at them, like they are selling right here. Look at these sub sales right here, combined amount $10,000 and almost $11,000. Two of them sold for 0.8 BTC, almost $21,000 between the two, and because they were such a low inscription number. And these guys, they've been doing like these little like locked discords where, but every now and then they'll just, like, if you have notifications
randomly open it up,
randomly open the Discord up, and then they have a cub list over there, and they actually just dropped a Medium article on how to actually mint. Their mint date is actually coming up this upcoming week, and there's 10,000 of these things, and they were all inscribed under the million mark. I believe they're like in the 600,000 range. You've got a 10,000 collection with an already low established number, a strong community from those early inscriptions right now. So this is a very big hyped up ordinal mint that's coming up, and it's going on Magic Eden. So again, if you have an X-First wallet or something like that that's able to connect to that site, if you have a whitelisted that thing, if you do get whitelisted to the cub list right now, currently you can actually submit your wallet over there. So, and it's going to be a pretty cheap mint price too. So this happens on Thursday, June 1st this week at 6 p.m. Eastern over on Magic Eden. With a 1 maximum thing. So if you get the cub list over in their Discord, which they're doing a bunch of giveaways throughout the day over there, because there are 10,000 of them, and they usually like to over allocate on these. You got to feel a little bit of time, so keep an eye on Bitcoin Bears right now. And then on top of that, I believe the actual price right now, they said, is 0.0028 BTC is the mint price, and if with the additional like gas, they're saying, I think it was 0.0035. There you go, 35. Shout out to that. 0.0035, and I think roughly that puts you at like what, like, I don't know, like it's like roughly just about $100 to mint one of these right here. And they give you a whole little walkthrough. So I'll link this over here inside the Discord or inside the chat if anybody wants to go ahead and actually read through this. But this is a project right now that has a lot of hype. It's got a strong base community to it, and Discord's popping off over there. So if you guys are looking for an Ordinals project to get in, again, you'll need that cub list whitelist. And I wish a Mallard order, shout out to them. They've also given out whitelist over to them inside their Mallard order Ordinals chat too. But it's got some, like, again, I see a lot of pixel projects over on
Ordinals. Yeah, I was going to say, actually. When we first brought this one up, I remember, for sure. Which makes sense though.
Yeah.
If we've seen pixel projects just be popular in the past, we've even commented ourselves how much we like the detail they can get into them now. They're familiar, so it's definitely something that we're used to seeing on space.
Yeah,
I assume there's a little bit less work, not to say that there's no work involved in them, and some of them are definitely better than others, but different than coming up with your own creative unique style. As more so you can just kind of go with that pixel style and then kind of plug and place your traits in.
It's one of the ones right now that, again, if you've got a strong base community, it's a lot of the communities that are strong right now that are starting to grow, that were early on their inscription numbers, that really are the ones that are kind of taking off. So this is definitely one that I think people should keep an eye on, especially doing it on Magic Eden. It's just so easy to be able to do. And the X-First wallet is mobile too, so you're able to do this stuff on mobile, which is nice.
I know that's one of the things TJ wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
how much utility or how much value that gives him, because just because he's often like on the go during the day for work, and he's just not able to be sitting at his desk all the time. Being able to do that is massive. And then just in general, we've said for the space, not everyone sits at their computer all day, but people do sit on their phone a lot more often. And it's just easier to kind of sit on your phone when you're doing something like sitting on the couch or something like that at the end of the night and get into this stuff. As opposed to being like, oh, that's minting right now, let me get up and get off. And I'm not, it's not like it's a huge deal. It's not like tons of work, but when you're tired at the end of the day, a lot of people just aren't willing to make even that small effort. Like, let me go into my office, turn the computer on, get things booted up, get logged in. They'd rather, but if there's just like, oh, I just saw this tweeted out, did it on my phone, connected, bought it, cool, we're good to go. I didn't have to get off my couch. They're definitely more willing to do that.
Yeah. Well,
we're all, I think, that level of laziness, we're all, guilty of.
Yeah, we want it now, right, kind of thing.
Yeah,
so the quicker that this stuff gets online, it's going to be way easier
it's that
for everybody to get involved.
Tommy, we get one day Amazon shipping where we are, and there's times where it's like, I need to order, like, oh, I need some more like body wash. I don't want to go to the store. I sit down and put everything in my cart. And it's like, I need my debit card. I'll just do this later. I'm not going to stand up and walk 5 feet away.
Yep. Well, nowadays we'll see. I mean, it pays, like I said, to get there's a little bit of extra work that goes into this stuff, but the Ordinal side of things, this is it's been paying off for a lot of different people, and always a little nafafa over there. DeFi over there saying keep an eye on the BRC-20. That was the other thing we wanted to quickly touch into, because they've got the BRC-20 tokens, which are essentially your native assets over there, like your Memecoins or whatever, your tokens, your DeFi stuff. It's all just now starting to take off. I know Ordinal's wallet also is, they just dropped an announcement. Again, I don't know what's going on with the site today. But they've got the BRC-20, the Ordinals.sats that are coming out over here. And I know a lot of people made a ton of money off this OXBT stuff. And then there was also another coin that was, we did some stuff over with Zbits there as well. But look at the market caps, $40 million. Like, this is where like SNEK and them were just like past this recently, which is crazy to think about. Yeah. But he's jumped up and did this 219 million for Ordi, which is like one of the first like ones over there. Like, that's insane money. That's going into some of this stuff, and we'll see how it goes. They even got the sats.names right now. Like, so like if you have like your ADA handles and stuff, like there's people that are doing sat names and selling them right now. So who knows how that technology is going to get.
Have you seen those people are just trying to get early again. They're just trying to get in on that. What's the next, where's going to be the next
new hype
run?
Thing, right?
We've seen these runs before. They're just trying to follow those patterns and get in that early. And we've seen it with the handles for sure. We saw it on Ethereum, then we saw it come over to Cardano.
Absolutely.
I'm sure it was on some of the other blockchains
caught in here.
With.
What's up?
Caught in here just as we talked a little Bitcoin bears. We talked a little bit the bonnies.
Oh, I want the Bitcoin bears, bro. You lucky bastard with the bonnies.
The bonnies was dope. These though, we were talking about it because their mint date is this Thursday coming up on the 1st. So you got a few more days to try to get that whitelist or Cubs list. So keep an eye on.
Did you get one?
I do. I have one. I was just actually checking it.
Lucky son of a bitch, bro. Are they over allocated?
They probably will be. So you can actually go to their website too. Like, you can check your wallet. I was just showing them how that you can do this. You can go in and enter your address on this. And
this one's gonna be huge, dude.
Yeah, this is gonna be a big one. Like I said, we were showing off the sales and how they were the sub 5,000 to 5,600 to 5,700 inscription numbers selling for like $10,000 plus. And now you're about to bring 10,000 more people in under the million inscriptions too. Like, this is definitely a big one for a lot of people.
I've been trying to get wet, dude, with the whales.
Yeah. So the other one, you're perfect. You bring us to the last one that we were talking about over here, which is the Cardano whales. Which this one I do not.
I mean,
Cardano. Jeez, somebody just said in my head. I just popped it. Jeez.
Wait a minute. Now we're definitely not getting wet. I am not affiliated with this man, Mr. Bitcoin Whales or Mrs. Bitcoin Whales. I want to be wet here.
Timestamp Bitcoin Whales, dude. This is a new project to get into, right?
All right,
dude. Who wants to get wet right now? I love.
Please. When I put that the other night, you sent the gif of what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. When everybody always says like you want to get wet, it's just like it's the dirtiest thoughts that just go through everybody's head. But this has been one of the projects that quickly has been. Dude, they're at 33,000 followers already. I remember when they were I remember when they were under 10,000.
Oh, I remember that 5. Yeah, 100%. I remember that.
these things went crazy, but the Discord, it's so hard to get into the Discord. I got lucky with notifications on and was able to get into it, but I have yet to be able to like catch for like the riddles to be able to get like the pod roll. And the wet, if you get wet, that's basically like your whitelist roll into this. I don't know. Have they given a date on anything with this yet? Or is it still just kind of, they're just growing?
I don't think they've given a date yet, because they are still growing. But just like them, the Bitcoin Bears, I finally got in with their same kind of style Discord drop. I'm not a fan of these sneaky Discord drops, honestly. Like it really is a pain in the ass. I understand they want to like combat bots. But it's just, I know, but it's just but if you're gonna make it exclusive, make it like guaranteed to get everyone on the whitelist. Then if you're in the Discord, I don't know, it's just a pain in the ass.
You do have to do a little bit of work, but like you said, that work pays off for a majority of people. Like look at this.
Oh, I still try. I want to get it. Don't get me wrong.
Their spaces, though, they've been partner. I see a lot of this too. They're like working with other partnerships with other communities inside that Ordinals, like kind of Discords or that's why Mallard too. Like Mallard just tweeted, I don't know if they retweeted that one or not, but Mallard's got some spots. Like I wasn't able to get in, but shout out to Ones over in our chat. He was able to get into this. And I know Mallard has some more of these that they're looking to do.
Hey, whoa.
Don't talk about it.
They have none left.
Yep. TJ's just trying to get that whitelist spot, but look at this.
Yeah, this is what I really want.
9 days, they've jumped up 23,000 followers since then. Like
that's insane.
I'm telling you, that Discord is popping too. Like it's crazy to see. It does take you back on some of these projects. And to me, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not sure what the majority of this hype has been built around yet. I'm still trying. I haven't got enough time to really dig into it.
Well, it's the inscriptions, or what are they sub 100,000?
Ah, see, I didn't know
that's
that.
That's what it is. They're under 100,000. Okay. That's what the draw is. So that's why Bitcoin Bears. I really wanted that one. I entered every single giveaway I could with them. Obviously, I didn't win.
Yeah,
but that was another one because of the inscription number. That's why they're popping off.
Yeah,
I was looking at the Bit Pepes too. I wanted that one as well. That's a free mint actually if it's whitelisted.
Dude, there's a few of these out there. Bitcoin Whales is definitely one of these hyped up ones that a lot of people are trying to get into. So if you are trying to get in right now, yeah, it's crazy. So if you're trying to get into the Discord, just have your notifications on. They do like sneak little invites and stuff like that. And then it's going to take some work right now, unless you are able to get into one of those communities that give you the whitelist spots. He said, why are all the different projects pixels over here? And it's one of the reasons, and the more I'm thinking about this, I don't know if it has to do with the memory.
Yeah, it's cheaper to inscribe them. Yeah,
because
the file size is smaller. That's why the Bobros are so expensive, because the clarity of the picture was so good in comparison to their pixels. So when you have a higher quality image, it's cost more to inscribe it. So then you have to charge more for the inscription. So when they do these little pixel mints, they could charge like less than $10. We still got to pay the inscription fee.
Yeah, I think that's what we were talking about when they were saying that KWIC was doing their Ordinals collection, and I remember when I went to go look at it, it was like almost $300 to like inscribe because of the fees at that time.
Yeah,
and it has come down a little bit, but it was tough to be able to do that, because you want to be able to mint, but it's like, how much do people want to spend on some of that stuff? And that's the tough part right there.
It's definitely a space that you want to be, not financial advice, early on though, because when the bull market happens, I can only imagine what those inscription fees or even the gas fees are going to be. They're going to probably be like what ETH fees were, if not more, to even just inscribe something.
Just like reminiscent of gas fees. 100%.
So if there's things you're like looking into now, or if projects want to kind of migrate and have a second collection on Ordinals, you might want to look into it fairly soon, because once that bull run happens, those gas fees are going to be insane.
Rockets.
It's just that the reason that some of these early collections are doing so going up in value is because it costs way too much to inscribe a 10,000 collection. Now is going to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars to be able to do that, so that the people who got in early and have those low inscription numbers are doing really well. And that's where like KWIC right here, they got in what are these at the 9 million mark right now for their 300 that they did. And yeah, because their file, we know KWIC for being like some really high quality artwork over on the Cardano side of things. And with the size of their file plus the minting fees, this one costs right now about $329 to be able to do it. So I think they've sold roughly about 100 of these things so far. So we'll see how this does. Like, I mean, this artwork though, if you look at this compared to some of the other ones over on the chain, like, I mean, there's no comparison just with some of this stuff, which they did well on any chain, but it's really cool to kind of see their style too. Which they've got some like pixelated stuff over on some of their things, but not like the traditional sense. It's more like just like a nod to it.
Well, it goes back to the 2021 NFT days of like, you're not asking utility, you're just minting everything. Like you just want the image,
100%.
you want the NFT, you don't care. Like you're not saying, what is this going to do down the line for me? What's the community like? You just want the NFT.
Yeah, it's the first initial draw, right? You want to make profit, and there's no emotion in it. Like people buy, they sell, and then they make their money, and then they just go. But as these start to grow and communities form, you're going to start to see people kind of building around these different NFT projects that are out there. And instead of just being like the instant flip, people are going to start to like the value of these may start to go up on some of them that actually develop out whatever it is they're doing. We just aren't in that phase of it yet.
You know what phase we are in. If you guys are still hanging out to the show, give us a thumbs up, hit that sub button, and wake up and chat. We love chatting with you guys.
There you go. What Moose Slayer was saying, he goes, I'm not sure what inscriptions are, but I have a whitelist for Bitcoin Kids. I don't even know what Bitcoin Kids is.
I'm not
You heard of that one?
I'm not familiar with that one.
I'm not familiar with that one either.
Again, there we go. Okay.
Damn, so Tommy's getting all the whitelist TJ wants.
Bro, he is. I really
Just be
want
online more, TJ. What's up? I don't know.
I'm entering the same Grivors. I wanted that Bitcoin very bad.
Yeah. See, I don't know much about this one yet, but it'd be interesting to see.
On that?
I don't know if they've inscribed yet. So if they haven't inscribed yet, then like I said, they're not at that right now. Currently, they're not as attractive. But there's, I mean, who knows? We'll see what it's at. 10,000 new kids, 2,500 first will be free. The rest are 0.0007 BTC. Okay. I don't know. This will be interesting to see how these go, and you just be careful though on some of these too. Like, not saying this one is, but like there's plenty of these that like I saw another one that minted out or inscribed out that was like another collection from another blockchain and things like that. And you got to be careful with some of these. But
if you need some like advice or want to verify or just see if like what people are talking about, just check out Money Mike's Discord. Even if you're in the Ordinal chat, ask them because they're pretty on with like what's going on in the space as far as what Ordinal mint is good and what seems to be kind of sketchy. So just obviously always do your research. But yeah, Money Mike has his own Discord called the Ordinal Degens, so they always post stuff in there quite a bit.
Yeah, you just talk about vision on with this guy. This guy has just been going ham over on the Ordinal side of things and has made ridiculous amounts of money from it. So the BRC-20 tokens are definitely another wave right now. So I know a lot of people are talking about the tokens for different things that are coming out. I don't know what the next one is, but I know this OXBT was one of the big ones that it just came out. Obviously, Ordi was like the first one, and I know there was another one. Somebody was showcasing with us.
There's a meme one, and then I just saw another one. Shit, I just had it up. I'll get back to you when I find it. But there's another one coming out too.
Okay.
Let me look it up real quick.
Moving
on.
What else? I don't know, man. I think for me, like I have so many of these to like catch up on too. Like I every single day I'm like, there's a new one, like there's a new Discord, get into it. And for me, I'm just like, I got to check these, like for me, I just check the Mallard chat. Like that's usually where I'm at. Just kind of reread up on it. Demosthenes even over here.
I can't see enough people tweeting about it too. They're just like, I got into this because of the Mallard chat.
Yeah. There's I know there's a few different groups of them too. But definitely Mallard is one of the ones. And you're starting to see it too, because there's starting to be sales on other like Mallard orders collections.
They're solid to be a part of because they get a lot of whitelist allocations for them. So if you want to enter into this potential free whitelist, that's how you get to enter. Obviously, you have to be able to see the Ordinals giveaway channel by having one of their Ordinals. But they get allocated a lot from a lot of these Ordinal projects. I sent you one, Tommy, with another coin or token coming out for Bitcoin.
Well, I'm sure that also just comes from being on the Ordinal side themselves, where they're able to like, have those communicate with projects a little bit more, not just be like, we're some random project from Cardano.
Yes.
Whitelist. They're able to say, no, we minted, look at our inscription number.
Yeah, that's what helps
kind of
for
have
sure.
That goal. Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that they're sub 200,000, that definitely helps with communities for sure, especially if they're higher than them. J-Hub, I'm gonna link it now in the chat.
What do you got to do to verify with this stuff?
Which one?
I don't know. I'm just
Tommy's doing live research.
I was looking at if I
It's a
want
live
to
stream
authorize.
store. Live research on the live stream. Come on.
That's it.
Learn it right now with us. Seeing how the sausage is made.
So I'm always skeptical
the
about
sausage
connecting
is
like stuff. Yeah.
I didn't do my wallet yet, so I didn't do that one yet.
I'm good. I'll hold off for now. I'll do a little more research into this before I just click on it. But yeah, that's we're gonna back out of these. That's what you got to do. You got to make sure you can't just clicking on everything. That's where you get it. It gets a little bit sketchier.
Especially clicking on all the links you get in your DMs. Definitely,
Yeah.
I gotta watch for that one.
Oh, man, I don't know. It's the B talk. This is the one you were looking at, huh? I don't know, man. You got the quick one going on, and yeah, you just saw a Magic Eden too. So a new Mallard sold today for 0.022. So that's like almost like 600.
Oh, I didn't even see that sale. That's sick.
Yeah, wow. And then
Yeah.
I think most of the ones that I've seen are over on the Ordinals wallet.
Yes.
I know for me, like I'll go and I'll click over there every now and then, or I guess you can click. There you go. So the floor price over here is actually 0.03. And you're seeing some of the ones that sold over here. These are, damn, man, you know what? I really wanted to get this one. Whoever got this for 0.02 right here, that was a steal. I really wanted to get this one.
I love the Mickey Mouse like Fantasia hat.
Dude, and just with the zombie too on this one, man, I really wanted to get
That's
that.
true too. Yeah, the zombies look great also in general.
So you're seeing people go the route, instead of buying the Soul Shard, they're actually just going straight for the Mallard Ducks too, to be able to get access to some of this stuff. So
we talked before stream. It's actually cheaper to buy a duck now, right?
it is, yeah.
Versus get the shard, yeah.
Yeah, you don't get that chance of the 101.
But the
True.
one you do get the chance at Negative.
There's only what, 30 left?
There's 34, I think, left.
Okay. And you still have a shard to burn.
I do have a shard. I'm still hanging on to it. I don't know. Like I said, the more that these burn and it's not the 101, it just gets that much more enticing too.
Just buy another one and burn it.
No, man. I don't know.
What's
go
the
meme
floor
coins
right
if I want. At these? Or
Yeah. No, the shards 4,000.
3,000, I think.
All right.
Unless somebody bought that 3,000 one. Yeah, no, dude. That, I mean, there's only 4 of them on sale right now. Like that's crazy to me. It's wild. So we'll see how long these hold out, and then I was trying to look up the last 3 that are out there, or last 34. Sorry, not 3. Yeah, because somebody's got to get an updated one of these too. Let's see if this pops up. Yeah, these are the ones that were up there. So you got the Negadeck up here, and then you've got there's a few of these that have been sent out so far. So we're dwindling down to the end, and there's still some cool ones that are out there. But it's interesting too, because like you get the one aspect of it from the Cardano side. That's why it's interesting, is that if these go up in value, right, you could sell it for Cardano ADA, or you could also just burn it and then potentially get and sell it over on the Ordinal side. If that starts to take off, there's so much back and forth utility with it. It's a very it's a cool way that they did this, and it's neat to see the success from them. So shout out to them. Yeah, I think
Wrapping up on the back end.
Wrapping it up over here on the back down. Back down. Ooh.
Back down.
I don't even know.
Back down.
I was reading
Back
chat.
down.
I was reading something.
No.
Damn. Back TJ. Back down.
Now you got to post a song. You have to post in the Discord.
I don't even know if that song exists anymore, guys.
Whose
Like,
laptop
literally.
is that on? It's not on mine. It's on yours. You spent like a whole semester doing that, and we were in school.
Do you remember that?
I do.
I've had a serious garage van phase for sure.
100%.
Like a garage van phase.
It was fun just playing with like the sound effects and stuff. You know what?
I don't blame you.
Saying, guys, it's about that time.
Yeah, it is about that
About
time.
that time for
To
sure.
wrap it.
You know,
I
get some
think so.
meows in the chat. Meows in the chat. Oh, before we get going,
One little quick plug over here for I told Ken over here, because shout out to Q. He was repping the F35 shirts over there. First off, I gotta get this double mic off my background. I'm talking. Okay, there it goes. Okay, that's off. Shout out to Ken over there repping the t-shirt crew over here, but he had the F35 shirt. I think it's aging like fine wine over here on this side. I just see Ken's not following the washing instructions, just like myself. Included on that. But yeah, one of the legendary F35 shirts. So there's not too many people that have that besides us. But shout out to you for always supporting
First drafts.
Yeah, it's our first draft. So yeah, stay tuned for some of that stuff here. I know we've been working behind the scenes a little bit on some stuff. But anyway,
We say that.
We do, but we made a little progress. But this is what we wanted to shout out over here to Ken. He has this artist contest going on over there for SNEK inside the Discord, and they got like 7 artists that they're gonna win roughly like I don't know. Now it's about 10,400 worth ADA of SNEK over here. And if you guys want to consider just helping fellow F35 OG over there, so we just wanted to go ahead and plug this for you here, Ken.
How do we vote for that? How do we vote?
So you can obviously make some noise over here on Twitter, which we'll put a little quick link over here for everybody if you guys want to go ahead and just give that a nice little like retweet. But you can also go inside the SNEK Discord, inside the art contest thing, I believe, and actually just give it a nice little reaction over there.
Are you sure? Because I don't see anyone with reactions. I was looking at it now.
On the art contest?
Oh, yeah, none on my end. I see no reactions.
Oh, let me bring this up. Oh, I thought I was sharing screen over here. It definitely wasn't.
You were not, yeah.
I'm sorry about that, guys. Let's do this one more time.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. But yeah, if you go over to the SNEK Discord and look at the art contest, wow, there's a lot of them in here. Ken's was somewhere. I thought people were doing damn, there's a lot of people doing these.
That's what I'm saying. There's like no, I didn't. No
he's in there somewhere. Like he was up there
early.
Search
for my channel.
Yeah. But anyway, oh, you could probably do that, right? Q.
Populate.
Either way, but anyway, I put the little tweet over here for him. You can go ahead. You found it over there?
Well, I did. I typed his name in the top right.
I'm terrible about doing that, but yeah, if you want to help support him over there, he did a nice little, like I said, oil painting of the SNEK, and he's got the NFT, the little chip in there, the NFC chip, where you can actually scan it and get the little painting of it as well. So shout out to him if you want to show some support over there. You know, just there you go, and give back to the artists over there. SNEK doing big things for people. Shout out to our F35er. Share screen. There, sorry there. But yeah, I don't know what I was doing. I thought I was sharing screen over there.
You were sharing screen.
There we go. Cool. All right. Besides that, Remix. That is a tough one to say. That's a very tough one to say. Remix Rubik's. What is going on? You caught us right here at the end. SNEK at the moment, FYI, right now. Again, right now. Is it just jumping again?
It's at 41%.
Ooh,
oh yeah, it's going up.
Oh, it just hit a big jump. Remember that guy who sold off like crazy?
Yeah.
Dude, we saw that live sell-off right there. And look at it right now. It just jumped right back up. And it's whew.
Can't stop it.
You can't stop, won't stop. SNEK is just doing its thing. Like I said, there's some announcement that's coming up. I don't know if it's a central exchange or what, but definitely keep an eye on that for tomorrow.
Could just be like green SNEK.
Dude,
like honestly, it could be something like super silly even, and I would see, you know what I mean?
Dude,
just having them say that there's going to be an announcement is enough almost.
Oh, they can build the hype like crazy right now. I don't know. I don't know when it'll stop, but look at the market cap on it right now. It is at 188 million. What is that? Oh man, 188 million is what, roughly like, oh my god, almost $70 million dollars.
Oh boy.
Congrats to everybody that held this long. I'll tell you that. Like, right? It is crazy. It just eats the red candles over there. But we're going to go ahead and get this wrapped up officially over here on the back end for everybody. If you are still here with us, last random plug over here, we will go ahead and end the night with, make sure to hit that like button if you guys have enjoyed the content tonight. If you are a first time person jumping over to the channel, if you're chatting right now, you had to subscribe. But if you're just watching, you've been kind of just biding your time, hit that subscribe button if you enjoy content. We do Cardano, we've done Ordinals, we've touched on some other chains as well. And I think we'll be expanding our knowledge a little bit more and more as this space starts to grow. So appreciate everybody hanging out over here. We're here every Monday night from 9 p.m. Eastern to at least 11 p.m. Eastern. We also have a podcast that drops every Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern over on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your streaming platforms from. We appreciate everybody hanging out. Shout out to the Mutants team for coming on tonight. And we look forward to catching you guys for an official podcast. It's been a few weeks since we dropped one of those. So maybe more Ordinal
maybe some more game night, and maybe not a week or another week.
There you go. See. Right? Yo, Curly Knox getting over there too, right here at the end. I know he said he was out. So shout out for showing up. Shout out to everybody showing up over here in chat as usual. We appreciate you guys, and we will catch you guys on the next live stream.